about to go live. Hit this track and do you dance like you Karen Lacey. Run it back and turn Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle and Co. From 7 to 9. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. From 7 to 9. It's Tingle and Co.
All right, good morning and welcome in here on a new look. Looks a little different. A lot of moving pieces, a lot of moving parts. Watch party last night, but welcome as Tingle & Co. is officially underway. Appreciate you guys bearing with us for the second day in a row as we get this thing off the ground. We appreciate all of you, and here we are. Mark Humby, a little late or new hours? Not new hours. A little late, but maybe.
Don't mind that.
We obviously LSU baseball last night. We'll get into the headlines in a second. First off, we just want to say that we appreciate you guys now that we are getting the ball rolling here on Tingle & Co. I'm Tingle, obviously. Lloyd is Co. Jonathan is a part of the Co. As Jonathan is here sitting next to us, enjoying the stresses of getting this thing off the ground for Tingle & Co. We appreciate you guys, like I said. Thank you all for being in here. Everybody that joined us last night in the watch party, we appreciate that as well. Lloyd is finally taking a nice deep breath and allowing himself to relax after a very stressful last, 12 hours?
Nah, it's all part of the gig, baby. Hopefully you get to a spot where somebody doesn't have to do this.
Amen.
Somebody else.
That would be nice.
Yeah,
obviously.
Come sign up.
We are looking for some technical help here.
There's a lot of open weeping.
But we appreciate everybody.
I haven't cried in a long time.
No, it's been 4 or 5 hours.
But yeah, here, this is the new spot for
Is that
now.
you that crawled in my bed last night?
Yeah,
I
because
thought
you
so.
were weeping.
That's
Yeah,
horrible.
openly.
He was just sobbing. It was honestly pathetic.
But here we are, Tingle & Co.
quite a
officially
bitch.
underway. Tingle & Co. officially underway as the baseball postseason rolls on. Welcome to June. Welcome to the new era. And like we said, we apologize for all of the difficulties getting things up and running
The
last
power
night,
I
this
have
morning.
is unbelievable.
It is. You do hold a lot of power.
That's right. If I decide we want to go live, we go live.
It would be very difficult to make it happen without you.
The amount of felonies I've committed in the last 24 hours are off
do-
the charts.
I do appreciate your hard work.
Thank you.
Getting this thing up and running the last night and this morning. It's not been easy, so that's why we want to take a second and apologize because we've
I
been
apologize
late.
for fucking nothing. I've tried my best.
No, we
it's a
know it.
2-man crew here, 3-man crew now.
Yep.
And that's it.
Yep. We
Get the
still-
show when you get the show.
Yep.
You did
And
almost
we-
kill me on the highway
And here we are.
yesterday.
Devin Johnson had me waiting. I know it. Chris Williams, let me be the technical help, gentlemen. Come on.
Come
our
on.
guy, our photographer himself, he's about to expand his role, it looks like. We appreciate everybody getting in here this morning as we're about to roll through the headlines. Hopefully we'll have Mikie Mahtook
It's not even
join
the
us.
technical part. We need a checklist.
It would solve a lot
We
of problems.
talked about what we needed.
We did. We
and
were like,
forgot
hey,
it.
there's one
thing that if we have this, we
cannot
can
leave
do
it.
it.
Cannot leave it, and that's the one thing that we didn't bring.
I think it might be. Look, you can blame me. I understand I bear some responsibility in this. Might be
It's the most
Christian's.
fun
Might
to
be
blame
Christian's fault.
This
It
guy
was quite the
Christian,
distraction.
Lord have mercy. I mean, what a mess he was.
Good for you.
Do what?
Good for you.
The littlest,
Yeah.
The dare officer.
The littlest
Yeah, no, I
brokenest
mean,
heart.
it was.
We're not going to let him drive.
And
We're going to go ahead and get him home.
I did. Yeah.
Hey, no, you brought him home.
Yeah, I did not let him that poor child.
It's going through a lot.
We'll get through. We will touch on that at some point as we get through the headlines here this morning.
We should have taped her in a sleeping bag.
LSU so far on the weekend 2-1 as they beat Little Rock in game 1, take care of business against DBU in game 2, and then they dropped last night's game 10-4. It was 7-0 the win against Little Rock in game 1. A 12-0 win against DBU, and then last night they fall 10-4 against the Trojans of Little Rock, and they will face off again tonight in a winner-take-all game. We will obviously get real in-depth on what happened last night and over the weekend as a whole, and if we have Mikie Mahtook at 8 a.m., he'll give us his insight as well. LSU football had some official visits over the weekend. Bo Bentley, we've talked about him a good bit, number 7 quarterback in the country out of Texas, was on campus. Jalen Lott, the number 2 athlete in the country out of Texas, was on campus. And then Calvin Russell and many more. Calvin Russell's the number 3 wide receiver in the country out of, I believe, Miami, Florida is where he's from. So LSU obviously has found some success in that area with guys like DJ Pickett last season. We will have hopefully some updates there in the time to come. On top of that, recruiting front for LSU football, LSU commit Kenny Darby really stirred the pot on the social media sphere when it was announced by, I believe, Hayes Fawcett of On3 that he will be deciding between LSU and Alabama on July 4th. He is a LSU commit, and I believe is the number 1 receiver in the state. He will decide between LSU and Alabama as he takes some more OVs coming soon. And it had a lot of people swirling on social media about recruiting and whatnot. You know, LSU fans are not the biggest supporters of recruiting right now. It takes a lot to have some excitement there. LSU basketball freshman Jalen Reese and Mozzie Mosley arrived on LSU's campus last week and over the weekend. The next era for Matt McMahon. Mississippi State hires their new baseball head coach, Brian O'Connor. Some would say legendary head coach from Virginia. Virginia is obviously a blue blood. He leaves Virginia, heads to Mississippi State to be their next man in charge. Obviously, if you've paid attention over the weekend, there have been some SEC teams that have been booted from postseason play. Georgia lost yesterday, and just, exactly what you could expect for that rinky-dink stadium they've got, as they allow Oklahoma State to hit 2 two-run home runs in the bottom of the 9th to walk it off. Florida is gone. Vandy, the number 1 overall seed, is gone. Texas is gone. The teams that have clinched their super regional spot, Arkansas will host their super. Auburn will host their super. Florida State, Coastal Carolina, UCLA, Arizona won the Eugene regional over Oregon. Duke won Georgia's regional. West Virginia won Clemson's regional. So if LSU wins tonight, they will host West Virginia next weekend. This coming weekend, super regional. UTSA takes down Texas to win that regional, and Louisville wins Vandy's regional. Those are the headlines and the updates from this past weekend. Like we said, appreciate all you guys joining us. Yeah, Mark Cumbie, 7 SEC teams gone. It has not been a fun weekend for SEC, as a lot of people are saying they're overrated, what have you. Who cares? LSU obviously will get back on the field tonight. 2 claps for this morning. If I'm going to be completely honest with everybody, this document, the headlines and the 2 claps were all done this morning as we went late into the night last night, live at Golf Suites with a watch party as LSU fell.
It's all up here.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Fresh.
I sat in the car when I got here, knocked these out as we went late in the night last night. Didn't get the same amount of prep time. Kate Anderson and Anthony Ianson deserve 2 claps for what they did this past weekend to pull their stats up from what you've seen from those 2 guys. Obviously, the decision was made to start Ianson against Little Rock in game number 1, and he went, 7 2/3 shutout innings, 7 strikeouts. Cade Anderson goes against DBU, 7 shutout innings, 11 strikeouts. combined, they pitched 14 2/3. They gave up 9 hits, no runs, 3 walks, 18 strikeouts. I think that's pretty good. 2 claps for the LSU Aces. Ready. Last night, Cooper Williams stepped up to the plate. It was not a pretty game on the mound for the Tigers last night. We're going to get into that, obviously. But Cooper Williams was the silver lining of the night last night. He stepped up, 3 2/3 inning pitched, allowed 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, 8 up innings when you needed it. You only got, an inning and a third out of 1 1/3 out of Newt, maybe an inning out of Shores. Like, you did not get the length in the game that you needed from those 2 guys. Cooper Williams stepped up and answered the call. So 2 claps for Cooper Williams. Ready. LSU Shreveport completes the perfect 59-0 season as they win the national championship. Historic from LSU Shreveport. They deserve 2 claps. They might even deserve 3 claps.
A standing clap?
Should we give them a standing ovation?
I mean, not many people go perfect.
Standing ovation for LSU Shreveport as they go 59-0, perfect season.
Might be the only team in postseason baseball that did something, right?
We'll get into that.
That's what I saw on Twitter.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Golf Suites deserves
Look
2
at you.
claps. Shout out to our guy, Jacob, and everybody at Golf Suites. They were a big
Patsy.
help yesterday. Yes.
Oh, he's
He perked up. Shout out to
you can
Golf
pucker
Suites.
up.
As this was something that
The first time I've been excited in days.
that really wasn't in the works for all too long. It kind of came about from a conversation. We made it happen. We got it done yesterday. We were live from Golf Suites, and every watch party from here on out will be live from the bar and Golf Suites.
Tonight.
As LSU is back on the diamond tonight, we will likely be live from Golf Suites once again to watch the Tigers versus Little Rock. Shout out to Golf Suites and our guys and our friends over there as they got us up, helped us get up and running last night. Great internet service at the Golf Suites.
Buddy.
Also, there's great service.
Great service in general. Amen.
Hell of a staff. There.
Amen. Golf Suites deserves
They
2
take
claps.
care.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. Jonathan got in with the staff
Apparently
very
so.
quickly.
It did.
I had them serve you a disgusting drink.
So
Yeah.
2
I
claps
hope
for
you
Golf
get 2
Suites.
claps from the
Well, I
staff.
just, the guy and I got together, and we really gave you
dog.
something horrific. So
Didn't even notice. It was fine to me.
I know.
2 claps.
2 claps for
To the
Golf
Golf
Suites.
Suites.
Ready.
Nope.
This one is not a 2 claps, but it is a part of the segment. We will get 2 claps and a moment of silence as our man, John Brinkus,
The shocking.
passed away. It really was jarring last night as we were doing
Bad
the watch
timing.
party. The legend himself of sports science, John Brinkus, passed away yesterday. It was announced yesterday, and it was very much a shocking announcement. Where you were the one that announced it live on the stream last night, Lloyd.
I'm
We were
up to date
watching.
on. Well, I was up to date on all things John Brinkus.
Yes.
Not so much anymore.
We had just talked about him.
I know.
a
I kept
couple-
up with my
It's
guy.
unbelievable. We had just talked about him a couple weeks ago. And
Fight
obviously
science.
last night we find out that our sports science father, John Brinkus, has passed away. So he deserves 2 claps and a moment of silence. So 2 claps for John Brinkus. And a
Fallen
moment of
soldier.
silence. God rest his soul. Christian Mingle,
Oh,
the Christian
God.
Mingle segment has also passed away.
we can't call him that.
As this man, Christian, breaks up with his girlfriend on the way to the watch party last night. He texts us, says, "You know what, guys, I'll be there." He tells us 2 days ago, not going to make it.
Ball up top.
And then texts us last night, "Fellas, I'll be there. Just broke up with the girlfriend."
Let's fucking go.
And, let me see if I can. I'm actually going to pull
No, don't come.
his tweet.
And maybe
his
get
text
your
up.
life together.
It was unbelievable.
The best thing about Christian is he will just fully go through therapy online with
Oh, yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
Like maybe like if he had said something earlier, but like, dude, if you need
On
a
a
second,
live
whatever.
stream,
Not
on
me,
text.
because he's a child.
He
And
and I talked for 45 minutes about it yesterday.
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Get relationship advice from one of the best.
He continued to bring it up throughout the night. I'd be like, Christian, what's your opinion on the game? He'd be like, game's not going too well, but I can't really focus on that right now. As I've got a lot. I'm like, dude, what are we doing?
I can't believe she left me.
He showed up. And
I
he
broke
was
up
like,
with her first, technically, but she did break up with me.
that's the thing.
That's
That
the
was
thing.
the beauty part.
He is the one
You
that
can't fire me 'cause
shot
I
out
quit.
the text. That's literally what it
It
is.
was exactly what it was.
He fired out the text that
And
it was
then
over,
He just kept
but
going.
she
"Gosh,
ultimately
was
made
so
the
hot.
decision.
Her family liked me.
He was struggling.
Cool,
last
man.
night. We would love to
I've been drinking 8 beers.
to check in with him this morning. I wonder what his emotions are like this morning. When
He
wakes up.
definitely
He's definitely
fi-
not awake right now.
He definitely fired off some texts.
When he got
Oh,
home.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
No,
should've
I
taken his
don't
phone
put it
away
past
from him.
Carl Dunn. It was doomed from the start. You're not
Yeah,
wrong.
we know. It might be our fault.
It could. We might have
did-
played a factor in
I
this.
mean, it did become a running joke for a while that we were
Yeah, I mean, we
going
built
to
a
end
segment
it.
out of it, and
Yeah.
now it's over. But
that also
it
could be part of the
I just hate
problem.
that we didn't end it.
It would have been.
Should have
better
done it
if
on
we
the
did
show
live
if he
on
had.
the show.
Yeah.
You know?
If he had any,
Salt.
yes,
was gonna
he would have
end.
done it.
If
when
we're gonna
he got
talk
to
about
the
it as
show,
much as
to
we
the
did.
live
End it
part.
for content, but whatever.
But I mean, I guess there's two sides to the coin. Where it could be the Christian Mingle segment is dead, but it could also mean
A
the
new
Christian Mingle segment is just
Yeah.
getting started. As now he's back. You know,
It's
as he kept saying
pretty
last
boring.
night, I'm trying to get my roster back.
I'm getting my roster back. And she
saying-
goes, fuck yeah, roster's back.
He was just mumbling it to
he, was,
himself.
he was trying to fill out a
I
9.
turned around at one point and he was just going.
Gotta get my
He
roster.
deletes his Instagram,
Yeah, that's not how you get a roster.
and he goes, I mean, if it can't bring my girlfriend back, I don't need it.
I don't want to see her.
roster's-
She's hot.
And then
There's
2
no way
hours
I can get my
later,
roster
I
back.
look over to him sitting next to me. He's back on Instagram.
Of course.
Looking at her account.
No.
And I was like, buddy, come on. And then he unfollowed it. He was like, I needed to do that. I was like,
It
okay.
took you this long?
Okay.
He was also
Okay,
kicked
friend.
off of Bumble before the end of the game somehow.
Really?
No,
It was- I wouldn't put it past him.
I can
Last
assume.
night was a rough night for
Reading the
Christian.
body
Let's
language.
go. Yeah. If there's anybody to help, it would be Jonathan. He helped me set up a, well, not help me. He did it without me knowing. An
Yeah, I
OK
did it
Cupid
with-
account
entirely without
whenever
your
I was in
permission.
college. Didn't go great.
No, yeah.
You had Louisiana's only goth girls.
All
Just-
all
4 of them.
I relate to
They
you.
were
You don't
just
seem
cool.
like my type, but
It was
I like
a,
it.
Well, yeah, because I wrote the
Because he did it.
weirdest stuff.
Right. Brian Burgess, LOL. Christian will move on. Oh, to be that young again. The Christian Mingle segment is just getting started now that he's on the prowl again. I don't know if I would use the word prowl.
I
No.
would. After what I saw yesterday, it's sad.
Prowl is
Dylan, how old is he? 16?
Prowl's
No, I
what,
believe
what a
he's
confident
19.
animal would do.
Right.
According to his license, he's 32.
Also,
He kind of
Which is
follows and
unbelievable.
whimpers.
But Christian deserves 2 claps
Feed
for
me.
the,
Yeah, he
the
does.
walking content he was last night. 2 claps.
Big
ready.
boy.
Rough night for Christian. It was obviously a bad omen going into the game as LSU falls last night. Let's get right into the LSU baseball discussion. Lloyd, would you like to start with last night, or would you like to rewind all the way back to Friday?
I would just like to say real quick, though, I did
hear
put it in the group chat that Christian,
You did. It's Christian's fault.
yeah, we win that game by an easy 2 runs had he not come
Yes,
in.
Jonathan's
and did what
text
he did.
was. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see, pull it up here. He says, Christian, if Christian hadn't been so humiliated about his breakup, LSU wins this by a clean 2 runs.
It was-
And Christian
there
says,
was-
facts. This is on me.
Yeah.
It was a bad omen.
bad aura.
We all
Yes.
agree.
It was bad.
Bad aura.
It was bad. So, Lloyd, would you like to start with last night or back to
I mean,
Friday?
I don't think it's fair to only talk about last night without
course.
bringing in the perspective of the first 2 games that you saw play.
Yeah.
You've seen LSU do this plenty, where you have an unbelievable kind of stretch. How many times have they swept this year? Not that often. But when you get Kate Anderson, Anthony Einson, both of which deserve, and we can go all the way back a little bit farther to the whole debate about why are you throwing both of them the same day?
Right.
Well, it turns out that you looked at maybe a projection that you saw, and you go, played DBU before. Threw a lefty against
Yep,
them.
Connor Ware.
I do have one lefty that might be the first pick in the draft. Maybe I'll wait to use him. So for all of that, like the all of the sniffling and surmising online, let's just continue to do it and continue to be wrong if you're on that side of the fence. I'd love to wave at you.
The first 2
But-
games were perfectly managed.
Yeah,
Right?
and he,
Yeah,
set,
I
he
mean-
set those up weeks in advance.
He set those up against Texas A&M in the SEC tournament. As much as the discussion around that game was, why is this happening? you saw this past weekend the reason why Cade Anderson and Anthony Einson both pitched against Texas A&M because game number one against Little Rock.
And imagine if what happened last night happened on Friday.
Mm-hmm. That is obviously going. That's obviously
don't
a storyline.
pitch backwards, folks.
Yep, and you've seen it. I mean, you saw it over the weekend where teams that did pitch backwards,
the street,
the teams that did pitch backwards had issues.
They're all out the tournament.
Just something I've had for years.
And so LSU goes Einson against Little Rock. Like I said, he goes 7 2/3 shutout innings, 7 strikeouts. DJ Primo comes in, closes out that 2/3 in the 8th, and Rizzi closes it out in the 9th as LSU wins that game 7-0. The storyline of that night outside of Einson was the wind. LSU wins that game by much more than 7 runs if it's not for that pesky wind. As you saw Daniel Dickinson, not concerned about the win, rips 2 baseballs out of the park as he got his LSU postseason career off to a hot start.
Rip Warren.
A couple more guys should have had home runs. The wind killed them. Bear Jones had one that almost got out of there. Fry had one die in the wind. Who else had one die? Braswell had one die in the wind.
We could maybe a late addition to the 2 claps. I know not everybody's trying to celebrate baseball at the moment because everybody's upset about last night.
Yep.
Stanfield.
Oh, of course.
Opposite field.
He's got
Let's put one on the board.
He's got a star next to him here in the Game 2 notes for what was, first off, an excellent night for Stanfield overall. But how about this guy, who we've consistently talked about, pulling balls down the third base line? Every time he gets a hit, it feels like he's pulling the baseball. Decides to finally go oppo, and what happens, Lloyd? Stanfield goes oppo. And
you can pucker up and kiss that baby goodbye.
He rips the baseball out of the park.
You could find that with a bloodhound and search warrant.
Yeah, a federal subpoena, a court martial,
and there's the train right on time.
You're just certified ham sandwich.
Yeah, Stanfield goes yard in Game 2. He definitely deserves 2 claps. So Stanfield, 2 claps. Ready. How about
and
that?
I want to do 2 claps again tomorrow.
Ham sandwich.
As that game number 1, that was really the story. I do have some notes in here for a storyline we'll get into later on in the discussion for LSU baseball from game
desk.
1, 2, and 3. Huh?
I like his desk.
I love it. I like having.
You look very like.
While you were getting the things ready, I filled out my notebook and has my stuff going. I feel very official.
Yeah, it's fucking
like
excellent.
John Brinkus would be so proud.
He would be. Mm-hmm. I could also draw. Oh, there we go. Get a little shorter.
You got tiny.
Oh. We'll get taller.
Or I can get taller. Game number 2, Lloyd. LSU versus Dallas Baptist, which was what felt like a really good all-around performance for the Tigers, correct?
Josh Jordan's best game.
I mean, how about that shoulder? He had to ice
so
that
much
shoulder
fun,
off.
dude.
He had to ice that shoulder on that inside the Parker, which should have been
inside the Parker.
And I will pound the table that it's disgusting that we ruled that a triple and an error.
Just because the ball went too hard off of the wall. Because he hit it too
Have
goddamn hard.
Have
And it
fun.
scared the outfielder. That's not an error. That's a man who's
he didn't want to
acting
go
out
to
of
war.
fear.
Yeah. He didn't want the ball.
It's a man who's afraid.
And
on top of that, if you're the scorer, just have some fun.
Yeah,
Like, just
inside the
live a
park,
little
home
bit.
run.
that's
Enjoy
an
yourself.
NCAA score right there.
Yes.
That was not an LSU score.
Just have some joy in your life.
No, yeah.
It's an inside the park home run.
I never
By
at one
a
point.
6'6", 250-pound
What was
I
the-
shudder for that man's wife, honestly.
What was the error?
You tell me.
He misplayed,
Misplayed the
trying to go
ball.
pick it up.
Yeah,
Because
misplayed
it
the
was
ball.
too powerful.
Yeah, because you saw Ethan Fry running at 65 miles an hour. Get off the tracks when the train's coming through.
I mean,
like,
the dude was moving.
I continue to say it.
Creative player.
6'6", 240, 225, whatever he wants.
230 is probably the
I'm gonna
safest
say
number.
6'7", 250.
That's LeBron
That's
James in
LeBron
the Miami
James.
Heat. But
It's the most incredible person
I mean,
I've
this
ever
guy's
seen on a
freak.
baseball
He's a freak
field.
of nature.
he looks. You see him, and he's a freak amongst freaks.
And he
Like,
shouldn't be able to move like that.
No, and he does. And
Did
that's,
we ever get the velo coming off of the ball? Did that number ever?
I'm
come
sure
up?
it came
I
out.
could probably
didn't see it.
find
Yeah, we
some.
could definitely
So
find it.
I bet it was a solid 142.
Broke the sound speed record. We've had Mikie on, and we will today. He's got internet problems. Shocking. Apparently, it's the world. At his office, but he said he'll join as soon as he can let me know. But he often is of the contingency of the hardest hit balls don't get recorded on the StatCast. They're like, I don't know how they didn't pick that one up.
I don't see it. I don't see a stat. I just looked at it.
And we had Bear Jones whenever he hit that mammoth home run.
Yes.
After, what is it, Tennessee, the walk-off? He's like, "Did you get a StatCast?" He's like,
"Oh yeah,
he's like, yeah, they did. They said it was 428 or 450, and he was like, "I hit that ball as hard as I've hit a ball in my entire life."
Feet.
Yeah,
I don't have a doubt about it.
Take it with a grain of salt. But where you can't get accurate readings is Golf Suites.
Yes, you can. I mean, shout out to Golf Suites for last night. Excellent operation they've got going on over there as we went live for LSU baseball. We'll be back there tonight.
Fine service.
Yes, great service, great people, great energy. You look to our left where we were sitting. Great crowd. We had people hop in on the microphone. The doors are open. Go get a bay. And we'll be in there live streaming. Go get a bay. And Christian gets some balls. Christian gets there, says, "Is there any way I can get some golf balls?"
He was panicking like a divorced man.
It was unbelievable.
Because I'll take up golf.
Like his life was over.
And so when we go live from Golf Suite, y'all show up, enjoy some baseball with us. Go hit a couple golf balls out there in the bay. Enjoy some drinks.
Just avoid Christian.
They will do specials, lined up with our watch parties in the bar.
I could have got them to poison Lloyd if I wanted.
You definitely could have.
That's how nice the staff is there.
They are very.
They really just
very
would have
nice.
ended you.
Great.
You can try again tonight. I just go by myself.
Run
We
it
don't want
back.
to do a show.
I'm going to
Run it back. So
he dies.
Game number 2, like we said, a 12-0 win for LSU over Dallas Baptist as Cade Anderson goes 7 shutout innings with 11 strikeouts. Looks excellent. DJ Primo, Myers, and Schmidt close it out. Got to see some postseason Schmidt. Fry, Milam, and Stanfield all with multi-hit games. Stanfield obviously hits that baseball out of the park. Love to see it. Him and Curiel showed off their speed. In addition, Ethan Fry on the inside the park home run. Stanfield and Curiel on the RBI double from Curiel was like chef's kiss. Like just showing off. Like I texted Lloyd after it happened. Like they just showed off their speed.
And Brown scored from first too on another one. Didn't
They've got. I mean, that's the thing. You have got some
dudes
freaks.
Were hauling.
That's people get nervous about it. That's their calling card. Like whatever. And Jay said it in the post game. He was like, "When we're at our best, this is what we do.
Yeah,
we're constantly putting pressure on the other team, and
that's what you saw against DBU.
And so whatever. Obviously, LSU will play again tonight. Hopefully, they play again after that. But don't ever look at the third base coach. You go, "What are you doing?" Clearly, this is the mindset of the LSU baseball team.
Aggressive.
Send them.
Aggressive.
So much fun.
Because they've got the athletes to do it. I mean, just in that game alone, you saw Curiel, Stanfield, and Fry all show off their speed. You've seen Brown do it consistently. I mean, against Arkansas, you saw Bear Jones tag up on a short fly out to win the game and score at home.
My God.
Like, I mean, you've got athletes. You've got Milam, and to talk about Milam, multi-hit game. Milam's bat's coming around at the right time, right, Lloyd? Like as much as we've talked about how great he has been defensively, the conversation has been the offense sputtering in a sense, and that bat's coming around right at the right time as he had a multi-hit game on what day was that? Game 2 against DBU. He also goes 2 of 3 yesterday against Little Rock, and I believe he was a handful of the runs over the weekend. He got on base pretty consistently. And then yesterday, obviously, ugly loss, 10-4. LSU loses. Some of the numbers that stood out, you had 11 walks total if you're LSU, which is it's no bueno, not a pretty number. The 3 names, and this will get us onto the discussion. Talking Mikie. Let's do it. Here we go. As we have taken over his trap, Mikie Mahtook will join us
look
here.
Familiar, dude?
Yeah, look good back there.
Oh, thank you.
See if I can get this thing going.
Noah was nervous about using.
I tried not to use your earbuds, Mikie. I was trying to be.
I told him that. I was like,
trying
no,
to be
it's
nice.
No, go for them. They're good. They're nice.
No, they are. They're great. They're great. But appreciate you joining us this morning. We're fighting through the technical difficulties. How do we look?
Y'all look great. Y'all sound great. I'm beaten and battered. I'm tired. Long night. I was at the box last night. I wish I wasn't at the box, but I was there. So we're all grinding. It's good. Y'all look good.
Mikey, there's a world in which you go, they lose, I go, they win.
Hey, I had extra tickets for you yesterday. But
Yeah, I know. Duty called. Trying to start a company over here. I'm the man for the job.
Yeah, it looked good. It was good.
But we'll start off on a positive note. Let's start with Friday night's game, the weather delay, all of that mess. But the Tigers take care of business against Little Rock the first time and win 7-0. What did you see Friday night?
I think you saw a lot of what you've seen for the majority of the year. Whenever Ionson's on the mound or Anderson's on the mound, those guys filled up the zone. Those guys threw a bunch of strikes. LSU was able to score enough. I think they scored 7 runs. They were able to chip away, do what they need to score runs, and then not give up any free bases, not give them easy opportunities to score runs. And Ionson was lights out and did what he needed to do. And then you saw the same thing Saturday. I think Saturday was probably what we were hoping to see for LSU a lot more. Complete pitching performance on the mound, and then obviously offensively did anything they wanted to. Hit homers, drove balls in the gap, took the extra base, played some small ball, did everything, executed everything to perfection. And that's how you get the 12 runs. And then last night was a disaster. You scored 3 runs in the first inning. You look good. You feel like, okay, this is gonna be what the game's gonna be about. All you gotta do is throw strikes. And then their first base hits the ball to the moon. And then after that, we forgot how to throw strikes and forgot how to get base hits with runners in scoring position. And I'm not saying that anything other than the fact that, sometimes, and I don't want to blame it on baseball because last night was a little bit more than just baseball, but, they did hit some balls hard. I think LSU got 11 or 12 hits on the night, and they did hit some balls hard that didn't find the grass or become base hits. But at the end of the day, when you have bases loaded, 2 of the first 3 innings or whatever that was, and guys in scoring position every inning of the first 4 or 5, and you don't drive them in, that's what happens. And when you walk 12 guys, that's also what happens.
Yeah, talk about the pitcher decisions throughout the weekend. They go Ionson game 1, Anderson game 2, and then last night started off with Newt. Your thoughts on the way the starters were mapped out? Obviously, there was a lot of discussion about that last week ahead of the weekend on how Jay Johnson, LSU would go about it. Your thoughts on the way it was handled?
Well, I think a lot of those people that wanted the reverse are not pretty quiet this morning. I think that the rotation played out the way it should have played out. You throw one of your 2 aces on Friday, throw your next ace on Saturday, win those first 2 games, and then you would think you'd have enough to finish on Sunday, which you did, but those guys didn't perform very well. You didn't score enough runs, ended up not being the game that you anticipated. But by doing that and the way the game's played out, you have saved your 2 best arms outside of your 2 starters for this winner-take-all game tonight. So, I think this rotation, the way they did it, played out the way I thought it was. Good thing that for everybody clamoring for Newt and Shores and Myers and all those guys to throw on Friday, I gave a hypothetical. Hey, what if this happens against Little Rock, who LSU played last night? And that hypothetical came true last night. And had they done that on Friday, and you used all those guys on Friday night, and you did now who do you have out of the bullpen for Saturday and Sunday if it goes the way it went? So I think it lined up the way it should have lined up. Last night LSU laid an egg, didn't play the way they needed to play, but they will get back off the mat today, and I think I like their chances. Obviously, going up against Little Rock, who's been swinging the bat really well. They've been very pesky. Last night, they didn't swing and miss a ton. Fouled off a bunch of pitches, made it very hard on the pitchers, and then were able to get some hits after hits. And then whenever you got walked, they were able to capitalize on it. So I like LSU tonight. Little Rock has they've got to be running on fumes on the mound, but it's all about LSU executing and getting base hits.
A couple questions from the chat for you. It's not Ask Mikey and Mitch Wednesday, but it is Ask Mikey because it's Monday. Ask Mikey Mondays, as we do every Monday. from now on. But they wanted to say, would you have started Evans or Calvin last night? And then I have a follow-up. Because how does that become the question whenever it was Jaden Newt for a week?
Yeah, I mean, I understand it now that you watch the game and
Well, that's
say,
what I'm saying.
well,
I can
start your other two
yeah.
guys. But here's the situation: is you want to use those guys out of the bullpen, right? If let's say LSU, let's say it was reversed, and instead of LSU being down 5-3 in the third or fourth, whatever it was, and they're up 5-3 in the fourth, I believe you saw Casey Evans and Zach Cowan the rest of the way in the game. But whenever you're down like that, you don't want to waste those guys, because for the chance that you don't come back and you do have to play on Monday, you don't want to waste those guys and not be able to have them on a winner-take-all game today. So why didn't they start? I think that he had a lot of confidence in Newt and those guys, and Newt came out throwing really well. And then after the homer kind of fell off, and then I don't know, I think it was the fourth inning, maybe, or the fifth inning, maybe the fourth inning, whenever Shores came in and walked the house, and we gave up some runs. But I think Jay was very confident with those guys. They gave him all reason to be confident based off the outings they had over the last few weeks, and it just didn't really work out that way.
Yeah, and I think that there was that, like, obviously I watched in the game from the television perspective. If you were a coach, at what point do you think that you would make that decision of, like, it's not going to be Calvin, it's not going to be Evans? Like, whenever you're down 2, you've seen them do it before, but it felt like the offense was moving it a little bit better. But also, they hit the ball hard everywhere. They had they out-hit Arkansas Little Rock. Arkansas Little Rock had 2 errors. It was the pitching with they gave up 12 walks, and then you hit the baseball hard just right at people. So at some point, are you just like, we're going to ride with the guys that we have out there and then start setting up for a winner-take-all?
Yeah, I mean, it was, you're looking at the way the game's played, and you're looking at kind of how it's unfolding. And I don't think Jay was going to, even if you're down 1 or 2, I think Jay had enough confidence at the time and in the offense to say, okay, go ahead and get the runs. These guys are going to come in once you take the lead. And they just never retook the lead. I mean, they had opportunities to do it, and they just never did it. So I think once he saw that, he's like, all right, we're going to wait, and we're going to hold them until tomorrow, because we are at the advantage, obviously, of having 2 of our best pitchers that haven't pitched. And these guys, look, Arkansas Little Rock is not on the mound, not as good as LSU is, not as deep as LSU is. Those guys last night were throwing, 88, 89 miles an hour, and LSU did not execute and not capitalize on it. And, credit to Little Rock for being pesky at the plate. Because, listen, we can say all we want about Arkansas Little Rock. They are in the championship game of the regional. They beat Dallas Baptist, who was ranked in the top 25 all year. They've been scoring a ton of runs outside of the first game against LSU. And so they've been swinging a hot bat, and they've been very pesky. Pitching staff-wise, obviously they've given up runs to LSU. That was, in my mind, the most disappointing part of last night. Obviously the 12 walks, but up until the 9th inning or the 8th inning, you had, it was only Steve only giving up 6 runs. You had put up a bunch of zeros, and the offense did not score any runs. And then, the wheels kind of fell off there in the last inning. But outside of that, I think the most disappointing part was the offense. And so I think once he saw that, he's like, let's hold off.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of the offense, some of those ancillary pieces have started to step up. Obviously, Stanfield's been excellent. Milam is starting to come around. Fry's been good. Hernandez, Curiel. But the main piece of this offense is Jared Jones, and it's been tough sledding for him this weekend and the past couple of games. Really, I think he was 1 of 5 game 1, 0 of 5 game 2, and then 1 of 5 again last night. Talk about what you've seen from LSU's star first baseman at the plate.
Yeah, it's been a struggle. He's kind of going through it right now, and it's I hate to say that, it's something that, I can relate to. And, for me, whenever you're struggling like that, you're trying really hard to get out of it, right? Because now it's not like, it's a long season, we have time, we can do this. You want to get out of it now because it's postseason ball, every game matters. And, sometimes you start pressing, sometimes you start getting a little over antsy. There's a little bit more head movement right now than there has been in the past, a little bit more, I don't want to call it lunging, but a little bit more drifting with the body, trying to go out and get it. That's why you're seeing a lot more swings and misses. That's why you're seeing foul balls off of fastballs. And yeah, it's a grind, man. Baseball's it's a fickle sport, and it is. You can be on top one day, you can be out here at the bottom the next day, and all I can say is he has to keep going, keep swinging, keep pushing, because we're going to need him in the lineup, and we're going to need him to continue to start swinging the bat, and hopefully he can come out of it this next game and get a couple hits. Sometimes, I never want to tell everybody to change approaches, and I'm not going to tell them to change his approach, but sometimes maybe just simplifying and trying to just hit a line drive to second base. Sometimes that does it. Sometimes, I don't know what his keys and cues are, but watching him, it definitely feels like he's pressing a little bit. Obviously, he's struggling. He's trying to find it, and it's a bad place to be.
And I saw what you said in the group chat last night, which we share a similar perspective, Bo. Some of your positivity has worn on me over the years, and now I'm very much optimistic. I was in the minority last night. I saw what you said, where keep your composure, one game, move on, go. You have Cowan and Evans going tomorrow. It's looking up. Have you – I don't even know how to ask this, because you see the same thing that I see. Like, we talk about it, and it's funny. But, like, how much does that wear on either, like, if you were if you were back playing at LSU or on the team and you see that stuff, and it's like, at what point do we have to do something? And don't forget that, like, Little Rock's not that bad. You ran into a hot team. They always expect LSU, it seems like, to sweep. This is where it would just be a therapy session for me right now. But, like, I just don't understand how, like, LSU is they're supposed to win every game?
Well, look, and I understand it. And look, I will say this.
You only left 10 on base yet.
If you're looking at them,
not that bad.
They should have. But it doesn't work that way all the time in the game of baseball. Like, sometimes you can do everything right and still be wrong, right? Like, you can hit some balls hard, you can make the right plays, play good defense, and not win, right? Last night they had hits, they swung the bat, didn't swing it bad, they just didn't swing it well when they had opportunities to drive guys in, which is the most important part.
Right.
And then they walked too many guys and gave any free passes. I said it last week. Teams like the Arkansas Little Rock, the only way they beat you is if you give them free passes and you give them free opportunities and you give them opportunities to have easy RBI chances. LSU did that all night last night. Arkansas Little Rock took advantage of it. Sacrifice flies, safety squeeze, a couple hits here and there. Their first baseman turned into Robinson Cano. They took advantage of it and they played really well. But yeah, look, LSU did not lose. Their season's not over. Contrary to what a lot of the fans believe, like, the season is not over with. We could be Vanderbilt, we could be Texas, we could be Florida, we could be Alabama, we could be all these other teams that lost and have no chance to win it. But you're not.
Still in the fight.
Yeah, you lost to the last team in the field. Who gives a shit, right? All that is optics. All that is an ego and pride thing. Like, the only thing that matters is get to the super regionals and then get to Omaha. So, you lost last night in ugly fashion and it wasn't a good game, but you move on. You have another game today. You're survived. If I told you, hey, at the end of you have your two best bullpen guys against somebody's fifth starter in a team that hasn't been in this situation at home, you would take that. I don't care who it's against. You would take that situation at the beginning of the season, and in a perfect world, you would have swept and you would have won last night. You'd have moved on. Everybody would have been happy, but it's not a perfect world, and you get to move on to the game today, do or die game, win or go home. You have two of your big dogs on the mound, and it's up to the guys to rise up and start getting hits. That's it.
I'm a two-parter. If I gave you before the year regional play, one game, LSU versus Arkansas Little Rock at the box, Monday night, 8 p.m., who would you take?
LSU.
Thank you. And the next question I have, because I would say the same thing. It's like, okay, you are where you are. Baseball is baseball. Like, whenever you line it up, I don't care if you are the little sisters of the poor, but once you play, you're playing. It's not football where you can get absolutely like, this is bad. This is like baseball turns into opportunities happen. You hit a line drive right at somebody who dives and falls on first, double play. Like, fuck. That's how it happens. Like that's when you start looking around going, we're getting baseballed right now. I understand all of that.
Right.
I do have a legitimate question. After Cowan, after Evans, what's the next arm you look to? Tonight. If they don't go 9. Combined.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one because you've used some of your guys that you have normally used out of the bullpen. Listen, you got Evans, you have Cowan, you still have Connor Ware available, right? So I imagine you're going to see him throw. Schmidt's available.
Schmidt,
You may see
Rizzi?
Schmidt. I know. What's that?
Rizzi?
Well, Rizzi threw a little bit last night.
21 pitches.
21?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the totals for those guys. Rizzi's
Oh.
thrown 31 on the weekend. Myers 49, Schmidt 30, Shores 39, Cooper Williams threw 52 last night, Newt 50. Rizzi's only at 31, Schmidt's at 30, and Shores is at 39.
Okay. I feel good about that.
So I think you got Rizzi. I think you got Schmidt. I think Cooper Williams is coach for the rest of for today. Obviously, that's the longest outing he's had all year. Newt is coach for this day. I think Chase Shores is an emergency guy. I don't think he's going to be readily available, but maybe. You have 3 guys that have had a lot of experience with, obviously, the 2 top guys, and you have Connor Ware, those 3 guys. And then you're just going to have a bunch of guys that are going to have to try and net it up and figure it out. Listen, you had a guy last night who had almost a 6 ERA for those guys, and he netted it up and he figured it out. So I like our guys. I like the guys that we have available. At the end of the day, though, we talk about the mound, talk about the pitchers. That's fine. Got to hit. Got to swing it. Got to have better at bats. Got to have someone's got to rise up when the opportunity comes and has the ability to drive guys in. And look, last night, we walked a bunch of those guys, but the reason why those guys were really their confidence was up was because their first baseman had 5 RBIs in 3 innings.
Yep.
Hit the 2-run homer, then the bases loaded double. Came up in big moments and came through in big moments, and that can carry momentum throughout the entire game. And then obviously the walks played a part in that. But yeah, we can talk about the pitching staff all we want. At the end of the day, the offense has got to score runs off of a beaten and battered pitching staff that is not used to playing 5 games in a row.
Jared Jones, 4 left on base. Ethan Fry, 3 left on base. Braswell, 3 left on base. Whenever LSU is at its peak of its powers, it's Jones and Fry driving runs in.
You're right. And look, they had the opportunities and they had situations to do it, and didn't do it. And so, they're going to have those same opportunities, the same situations tonight. And you hope that they would flip the script and end up, driving some guys in. You only need one of those guys. You only need one of those 3 opportunities to be hits.
Yeah,
and then that's the change of the game.
And with that perspective, I'm going to ask you this question. I don't expect you to know the answer. How many do you think Little Rock left on base last night?
7.
9. LSU left 10. It's not a left on. It's not a runners left on thing. It's a timely hitting thing.
Timely hitting. Damn, LSU only had 10 left on.
Yeah, and they out hit. They out hit Little Rock 11-8, and Little Rock made 2 errors.
Now here's the difference. LSU 8 of the 12 walks or 8 of the 11 walks scored from Little Rock.
Yep.
And
that's a big kicker.
LSU's 10 stranded runners were all in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th inning.
Ugh, that was a shotgun in your mouth moment.
Well, because that's when you look at the performance from the pitching staff, it obviously started off rough with Newton Shores, but then you have Cooper Williams come in, throw 3 2/3 shutout innings, and he gave you an opportunity to go out there and get back in front if the bats step up.
Yeah, there's moments.
Yeah, I thought him steadying the ship was going to be a huge thing for LSU. I thought they were going to. We've seen it before in the box. Teams come in and play really well, and then they get to the back half and they they fold and fall apart. And I thought Cooper Williams did a really good job of getting them there. And then look, Myers came in for that first inning. It was great.
Yeah.
And I thought it just put too much pressure on the pitching staff to be perfect. when the offense should have given them some help, and it didn't happen. And sometimes that just happens. But look, you're alive, and you got the opportunity to go out there and win today, and just go do it.
Yeah, what's your confidence level going into tonight? Obviously, with Cowan and Evans ready to go, from a scale of 1 to 10, what's your confidence level for the Tigers?
10.
An 8.
Out of 8?
8
Oh, no, not you. 8?
I just like, look, they played bad last night for sure. But, the rumor is, or the conversation before the series started is, Little Rock doesn't hit spin really well. Well, the guys last night didn't really throw a bunch of balls. They don't rely on spin. It was fastballs and splitters earlier in the game, and then it was fastballs and a little slider from Chase Shores. But you're going to have Casey Evans, who's got all three. Lives by his changeup. Obviously has a good velo, has a good breaking ball, and then you know what Zach Allen's got. He's got the nasty changeup, throws a slider, has a fastball. So I like the matchups for LSU as far as going up against those guys tonight and keeping them at bay. And so I like LSU. I think they're I could say they're a 10 confidence level. If they can't beat Little Rock one of these two games, they don't deserve to move on. Like that's just
You set yourself up in too good of a spot.
You're not. It's just you have everything in front of you, and it's a situation that you wanted. So go out there and execute and win. It's as simple as that.
Ethan Fry, what should have been inside the park home run, it looks like a created player when he's running that. I mean, 6'6", 230, running a 4.3 around the base path. Talk about him.
Wait, I'm sorry. You cut out the last part. What about him?
No, just talk about Fry. I mean, he's a monster. I mean, when you talk about somebody that's that
he's
big and moving like that.
He's taking full advantage of his opportunity. If you remember correctly, I think it was 2 years ago that Jay Johnson said Ethan Fry could be a Golden Spikes Award winner. That's how much talent he's got. That's how freakishly of an athlete he is, and you're starting to see it right now. I mean, he's up there and he's a menace at the plate. He's intimidating and he's extremely athletic, and it's been a nice emergence for the lineup, and take last night out of it. Like I have full confidence in him getting up there and coming through with some big hits. So he's been all extremely impressive and everything that you expected him to be, and it's been fun to be able to watch him finally get healthy and get hot and play well.
Well, we appreciate your time once again this morning. All the insight. I'm keeping your chair warm for you. As Mic'd Up will be live from 6 to 8 tonight.
I don't know. Could be a good thing, could be a bad thing.
No guests tonight, people.
Shocker.
No guests tonight. Obviously, Jay's gonna be coaching. We're gonna be pre-gaming the game. That's what we're gonna be doing. Game at 8, of course. Visiting team again, which is also bullshit.
Yes. Ugh.
That rule needs to change.
It's terrible.
I don't get it. You gave them the home team last night. How do you not flip? That just makes the most common sense.
And also, if you're Marucci, do you not go in the dugout and take all the bats away? Like that was fun for a little bit, but like that experiment's over. Scored 22 runs, now you're in a regional final.
From Cano, he should not have. He shouldn't have that bat.
That's Jasiel Puig. Am I wrong? It's the same person.
I mean, look, Cano may have a illegitimate child. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I'm 12.
I'm 12.
Don't let him leave that room.
Listen, that guy did not look like a 240 hitter.
No!
I mean, he hit a ball to the moon. Then he went off 100, granted bat. He didn't swing and miss anything. His third at bat was the center field wall. I mean, he was very impressive.
Mikey, it's about to be one of these. That's good. I'm good with him. Like, give him pass.
Yeah. I mean, that's the guy that beat you last night.
Yep.
You know, and you just gotta play that one by ear.
I'm
I
sure.
guess.
We'll see who hits spin. We'll find out tonight.
That's it.
All right. Well, we appreciate you once again.
Oh, real quick before you go. Last one. This is a real question though. Is there any world in which you see Ianson or Anderson? Like you saw Gage Jump come in last year. Nothing? Good. Okay. With you. I'm just I had to ask.
If there was a guy to do it, it would be Ianson because he threw on Friday, but I do not believe you're going to see that.
Okay. Just wanted to make the, I would be remiss if I did not ask. But maybe.
That's a good question, Lloyd.
I don't believe you're going to see that because then let's not get to that point. Let's bang around and get a bunch of runs.
But if you get in that North Carolina scenario where it's 6-5 in the ninth and you're looking around going, hey, you've heard what Jay has said. Like, I want my best pitcher pitching.
And look, maybe, if it's bullpen day and he can throw an inning, maybe. But I'd like to not see that.
Yeah, that'll be nut cutting time. I'd rather it be 12-0 LSU, and we're all happy.
Yeah.
Because the regional, the way it sets up for the Super is insane. That's why people are nervous.
100%.
All right, well, we'll talk about it tonight. I don't want to ruin all of our talking points.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
Love you. Thank you for everything.
Yep, thank you.
Right.
Yes, thank you.
Love y'all.
Make a wish.
I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. Keep it. Hey, make it y'all's home. Mikasa and Tsukasa.
Look, look at that.
Looks good.
We shifted that jersey over. It's still up.
It's still up. Look, we didn't.
I know this. I believe y'all.
There it is.
Look at that.
Right,
in the rafters.
There
Love you, buddy.
Looks good.
Thank you.
All right,
Well,
appreciate you.
Y'all didn't want to use the light. Y'all didn't want to use the lights.
We had a little. There's a lot of going on this morning.
A lot of moving and shaking.
I'll tell you when I talk to you. You'll laugh.
All right, later, boys.
All right, later. Thank
you.
There he is, Mikie Mahtook, joining us just like he does every single Monday to give his breakdown of LSU baseball. Great stuff, like we said.
Always.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, you can't just spell smooth without Mikie Mahtook. Look at that. Looks like a snuff film.
Last name image.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, that Cano guy he's the real deal, huh? He's unbelievable.
And he's right. It's like you got beat by
one guy.
And you have Jared Jones with guys like you had 4 left on by that's the kicker. That's the swing.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I mean, not only did you get beat by him at the plate, I mean, that play in the top of the 7th
Look what
was
I found.
A killer. I mean, but him over the regional, he had 7 RBI against Rhode Island in that 22-run game with 2 doubles and a home run. He had a home run and a double against DBU, and then last night he gets a home run and a double, 5 RBI against LSU.
Out of
pitch around tonight.
Yeah, that's what I was like, dude. Just give him the 4 fingers. Let's get out of here. Out of the realm of possibility, like steroids.
Nobody Dude, I mean, he's crushing the baseball. Like, he is
That's
crushing.
Not 240.
Do not. Is he? What year is he? How old is this man? What's his name?
He is Angel Cano.
Let me find this guy.
Yeah.
He has a legend name. Let me find this man. If he's got any eligibility, like, he's a junior. That man should not leave Baton Rouge.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy, I mean,
let's throw them on
6'2", 225.
He's been hurt.
He has been hurt, and he is crushing
He's gonna get
the
hurt
baseball.
He's gonna hurt my
crushing
feelings.
the baseball. No, he hurt my feelings last night.
Leave the city tonight.
I mean, he's killing the baseball right now.
That kid
and then on top of that, I mean that play in the top of the 7th was a killer. Man, I mean, Reeves put a charge into the baseball. It's a hard hit ball right down the first baseline.
Could have been
and Cano dives towards the bag, makes the grab, tags the base, out of the inning. Just
head on the pillow.
Huge play. It was a killer.
He was
really
batting,
was a killer.
Coming into, he's batting 217.
And
now he's hitting 240.
I mean, right now.
No, neither of those numbers are good.
No.
But he's the most terrifying person in the box tonight.
I mean, that is the scariest 240 I've ever seen in my life.
That's what doesn't make sense.
He's like 15 RBI.
I mean, because this is, I mean.
in 3 games.
Let me see how many RBI he had against Dallas Baptist, but I mean, it's 12 in the game, the Rhode Island game and the LSU game last night. He had 12 RBI just those 2 games.
He had 5 last night, 2 against Dallas Baptist, and 7 against Rhode Island.
14 RBI the last 3 games.
That's how they're there. He's the reason.
He's the reason
where everyone is right now.
Yes.
Hit him in the back. Let's just I don't even need to throw 4 pitches.
I don't want to say send him a Michael Jordan pizza.
Yeah, but send him a Michael Jordan pizza.
Send him a Michael Jordan pizza.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
So I ate the pizza.
We appreciate you guys hanging out this morning, bearing with us. We will announce.
Quit apologizing. It's over. It's already gone. Nobody remembers.
I didn't say sorry. I said appreciate you guys sticking with us.
Bearing with us. We're fine.
I
Look
can
at
thank
this.
I'm sorry.
I am sorry.
I can thank them.
I'm sorry.
I think they're incredibly
Tingle and
patient.
Co.
Uh-huh.
is
Listeners.
brought to you by.
Oh!
How about that?
Oh.
Brought to you by CAS Roofing and Advising, located in Central Louisiana. Our guy Pierce Patterson and the rest of their team over at CAS, they do great work getting you a new roof. Add another hat into the ring for roofing companies, as CAS has been around the last couple of years doing really great stuff. Also brought to you by an old friend, All About Inflatables.
All about it.
Come on, you know it.
Or
You know it.
Do you know what your hat?
All
your
About
house is?
Infaltables.
Infaltables.
They're also known.
You know what your house is without a roof?
What is it?
Not a house.
Not a house.
not a house.
So make
that
sure
house
you
is not
call,
a home.
Make sure you call CAS.
Cash.
CAS Roofing and Advising. Customer always satisfied.
Oh.
CAS Roofing and Advising. And All About Inflatables. Get you a bounce house. You know All About Inflatables. We talked about
If you can't get a roof,
You know what a bounce house
just
is?
get a
your
water
bounce
slide.
house.
Without
Just
a
get a
roof?
water
It's
slide.
fine.
You know what a bounce house is without a roof?
What is it?
Not a bounce house. That's just trampoline.
It's still a bounce house.
that a kid could bounce out of.
Yeah, it's an unsafe bounce house.
Get pretty
It's a
injured.
lawsuit.
But
But since they do have a roof,
yes.
all about inflatables.
so it's not an issue.
Not an issue.
Shout out to our friends over Pierce Patterson at
they
CAS
combine?
Roofing and Advising, and Gabe Patterson
Oh,
at All About Inflatables.
so they could.
They could.
Because you could, I mean, what's to stop you from having an
I don't know if you
entire.
should put a hard roof on a bounce house.
What's stopping you from having a bounce house?
Well, I mean,
as
what
head injury.
should
a
happen
hu- like
is
a-
while the roof is being put on,
Exactly. Now we're
just
talking.
water slide right outside.
A lot of people get sad and they're like, "Oh, I live in a trailer and my house is
smart.
being."
We
built."
might have to have a sit-down meeting with our
You guys remember that
with our
movie
sponsors.
Blank Check?
Yes,
That's something the kid from Blank Check.
Mr. McIntosh.
Well, yeah, that's who he got his fake money from.
Yes,
Connor
and
Hall,
Blank
hell
Check.
yeah, the Infaltables are back. Yes,
Love it.
Our guy Gabe Patterson at All About Inflatables, great
Water
stuff.
slide
Did
into
a
your backyard.
inflatable
4.
in the LSU indoor practice facility.
Get out.
I don't remember what the event was for,
But-
he put it out on Facebook.
But I know they had a lot
He
of
did
fun.
one. He did it inside the LSU indoor practice facility. It was pretty cool. So
I'm still thinking about.
We should
like,
do our next live show from inside Inflatable.
Yeah.
there
It'll
have been
put-
discussions. We're
yeah.
gonna get we'll get some things moving and
Say,
shaking.
why can't it be as big as a house?
It can be.
Right.
I guess it
It's
really
only as
could
big
be.
as your imagination.
That's right.
Depends how
Like,
many plugins you have for the blowers to get that thing inflated. But we appreciate you guys, and then as always, shout out to Cordell. We had some Cordell at bats last night. Cordell Music. He brings you the theme song for our show. He's right there in the chat, and we were playing a couple of his songs last night, trying to bring some good vibes to the LSU baseball team. As he sent over some audio files of his stuff, there will be some videos coming out with some of Cordell's music attached. We appreciate Cordell and his music and everything he does for us, and being involved with the show every single morning.
Yeah.
So
Talk about stumbling into talent.
yes,
Like,
it
thank
could-
you.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out probably about as good as it could for us.
Can I just throw one wild stray?
Let's throw it, please.
You wanna
Just
be in
one
the
hot
song?
take, wild stray. Oregon
Uh-huh.
is college sports petro state.
What does that mean?
Saudi Arabia.
Oh yeah, and they lose. They can't win a war.
Qatari, whatever it is. It's the same goddamn thing. We'll talk
Phil
about
Knight.
it later. But I just wanted to make sure
Throw it
that
out there.
I hit Oregon with the fact that they're a petro state.
If you don't know the man that is speaking right now, that is kinfolk himself, as Uncle Randy likes to say.
That's right. He's on a shirt.
Our guy Jonathan. Jonathan has joined the team over the last couple of months, and he's in here this morning. Joining us. He's
Cute
been at
as
all the
ever.
watch parties.
Yes.
Now he's here in the morning show.
In the morning, they
Look
woke
at this
me
guy.
up.
Look at this guy. Yeah, Lloyd dragged him out of
He
bed
woke
this
me up and
morning.
he just put me in
No,
a
I
car.
just nudged him. I said, "Scooch, it's time
They're
to
a
go."
petro state. Is it scooch? No, scooch.
Excuse me.
But LSU baseball back on the diamond tonight.
God forbid.
We should be live from Golf Suites once again.
It's gonna be great.
To watch
It's gonna be
LSU
great.
versus Little Rock. Hopefully, right the ship a little bit. Because it would really suck
Fuck.
if we go live from Golf
Sure
Suites
0-2.
and go 0-2. That would make me feel not very good
I've been pushing
going
for the,
into football
football
season.
I've been
Yeah.
pushing to go to. Like, I love golf suites already.
Of course.
Got it all set up. can do it again.
Happens, then we go to
And we can make it better.
We
I
go,
mean,
we go to the bouncy house.
Things we can add.
Yeah, absolutely. But
We
this
always
is
have the bouncy
high
house as a
tension,
backup.
Yes.
high stakes. But also, I should have just been like, no, we
Like I
should
said,
do it. And I'll
these
go
boys
to the
tonight,
game.
they're gonna fucking rake that.
Yeah, I
ball.
agree. Like, I'm just.
Yeah, I mean,
We're not gonna.
the
pitch,
confidence level should
we're
be
not
high.
gonna pitch to that guy that did all the RBI.
Yeah, now we know what the problem is.
It's this
One
one
person.
and we're just gonna
Angel.
crank.
Crank Hog.
They're
Because
crank
you can
hog.
see David Hogg.
They're gonna hit
off the
turkey
bench.
sandwiches.
Do what?
They're gonna
David
hit
Hogg
ham
off the bench.
sandwiches.
David Hogg. Frank Hogg.
Crank Hog.
But yeah, no, I mean, you know what the problem is. It's pretty simple. I mean, they scored, 6 runs last night? He had 5 RBI. I mean,
It's not that. Yeah.
stop letting him swing the bat.
Yeah, take it out of his hands.
Just
Find a way.
bowl the ball towards him.
Find a
You
way.
could really roll it on the ground.
Roll it on the
could.
ground.
Like I said when we were talking to Mikey, I want to talk to Lloyd about it a little bit. Bear Jones, 1 for 5 game 1, 0 for 5 game 2, 1 for 5 last night, and he's got, see, game 1, he had 3 flyouts, 1 strikeout, and his 1 hit was an RBI single. Game 2, he was 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts, and then game number 3 is 1 for 5, 1 pop out, 1 flyout, 1 strikeout, 1 ground out.
So
Your thoughts?
what you just told me sounds like you're starting to find it. A lot of contact.
Think so?
A lot of contact.
I mean, going from game 1, where he has 3 flyouts and a strikeout. Game 2 was rough, 3 strikeouts against Dallas Baptist. But last night,
Didn't need him. But that's my.
that's the other part.
Did you guys see him walking to the dugout though last night?
He gets very.
Did you see that?
He looks like he's
Did you
good
see
at
the
saying mean
bulge?
things to himself.
Around the tummy.
He's not fat.
He's due.
Oh,
The timing was exquisite. That was excellent. That was
Right
really
there,
good.
folks.
That was
fat.
No, I
He's
didn't
huge.
know. I did not know where you're going. I thought we were gonna have to shut you down like right away.
wrong with this
You
guy?
called him fat.
That's what I was.
Yeah, I was like,
No,
what's
due.
he doing?
due. And I
So,
agree. He is due.
Well, it's because right now, the most telling thing is that you're now intentionally walking Derek Criel to get to Jared
It's
Jones.
insulting.
It's beyond insulting. I mean, it's happened now twice.
And I think that could be a part of it too, where he's like, I'm trying to murder you for doing, like, I want to make you pay for thinking that I'm not enough of a threat.
that I'm an easy out.
Right.
That's a
Because right now the
that's a
script
big
is out.
boy.
I mean,
You
they're
don't want to get
throwing
mad.
Away.
breaking ball away.
And he also, it's such a tough spot to be in when you are as dangerous as he is, and you know the pitching plan around you, but then you have the jamokes that you have behind the plate where you can get 2 strikes on a ball that's
Right.
a foot outside. Then now you have to change your approach. Now you start chasing, and that's where he gets into the hole.
Yeah.
Where you start being ultra aggressive. He knows that we know that they know what they're gonna throw, and if I can't hit it, I'm not gonna swing at it. But then you call it a strike, and it's not. Like, well, what the fuck do you want me to do?
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Like when we were talking at the start of the year, we were like, oh, he made him coming back made himself money because he was putting together such good at bats early in the year.
Yeah,
Like he was fighting off pitches.
he was able
He was
to.
driving pitch counts up.
He was hitting the ball the other way,
He
like
was
Mikey said.
Right. Like he was putting together really good. He was playing really well. Like from the standpoint of what the script and the storyline was on Jared Jones was a power hitter. It's either a home run or a strikeout with Jared Jones when you look at his first 2 seasons.
Then it became
The
walk.
start of this year, he's like, oh, he's getting walked. He's fighting back in at bats,
Stealing bases.
stealing bases,
Playing
driving
a
pitch
hell of a
counts up.
first base.
Right, he is. He's playing. I mean, defensively all the way around this team.
Yeah.
Excellent.
He's a good third baseman too, if you need it.
Stop.
Hey, if you see
No.
it, I'm bullish on it. He can do
I
it.
know you are.
He doesn't like
I just
it.
want to stop.
Wait, but
having
why?
the
Why are you doing
conversation.
it?
I'm just saying, if you see him over there, I have full confidence.
Yeah.
In Jared Jones. Keep
But
it
now,
going.
now it's the conversation's completely different. It's
it's weird.
they're intentionally walking.
They're going right at
to
him.
get to you.
But
Like,
but also Jared Jones is the type of player that, like, we talked to him when he was a freshman, and he was one that was scoreboard watcher, would look at his average go down, and he'd be like, this sucks. But he was also on a team where he was like, I'm trying to fight for playing time on a loaded
team.
national championship roster. He's like, this is awesome. And then, but also I'm watching the scoreboard because somebody else is looking at it too. Like, I don't know how many opportunities I'm going to get.
Right.
Now you have him as a junior last year. Like, he's not going to the draft, I would imagine. I thought he was last year.
Right.
But now he doesn't have that same pressure on him because LSU's able to win games where we can go 1 for 4.
Right. I mean, he was 0 for 5 game 2 against DBU. They scored 12 runs.
But if you want to keep playing with fire and start walking
some
Curiel to
point,
get to Jared Jones, you're going to see something happen. He'll get 1, and then he'll get 2, and then he'll send 1 the other way, and you'll be like 3 for 5, 2 homers, and a double. Be like, Jared Jones beat us.
I mean, it happened with Curiel, right? It's happened with a couple other guys in the lineup. It happened with Cowan on the mound. You know, they hit these little patches where they're not golden, but they're gonna come back around.
Yeah, and now you see
like
Milam.
Talented.
Yeah, Milam's same way. Now you're
Exactly.
seeing him turn it over,
and it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, I mean, and think about how you would feel if Jared Jones hits his stride. Like your confidence level.
See,
the fact that
he's done it. You saw.
But now, it feels like everything else around him
is going well.
Milam is finding his stride. Stanfield still excellent. Daniel Dickinson,
Steady Eddie,
Derek Curiel. Right now, what you're missing
It's a lot of good boys.
is your guy. The lineup that you have constructed is
that's
built
how
around
you score
him.
10 and 12 runs.
Yes.
No.
And so, but if I would imagine that they've had this conversation before because I understand that he wants to be the guy because he is the guy. But he should also look around and I don't need to chase. I don't need to do anything extra. If I get walked 3 times, that's just as good as me hitting a homer. Because at some point, you put that much pressure on the other team. If you're going to walk Curiel, then you walk Jared Jones, then you have Dickinson, Fry, Milam.
Right.
The rest of the lineup around you is very good. So it's not all on you, Bear.
No,
just go
it's
ahead
not.
and play your game.
But what is he?
But if you make a mistake,
what is he?
he's due.
He's due. He is. I mean, it would be
carried it to
massive.
term.
If he goes out there tonight,
We need a C-section and a search
That
warrant.
baby's been in there for 10 months now.
if he goes out there
Just
tonight
like he
and crushes
was.
the baseball,
It's a big baby.
the conversation around LSU baseball completely shifts. If he
Absolutely.
goes out there and crushes tonight,
Yep.
completely changes.
Well, not even that's the other thing. As the conversation is the conversation. If LSU wins, it feels like, oh, that's what they should have done instead of last night, where it's oh my god,
Right.
and just
I mean, because 2
relax.
things can be true. It was an ugly loss.
Oh, it's a game that you
there's-
felt like you should have won.
you would have liked.
because you
it.
played well enough to win.
It was a shocking,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you go into the game and you're looking at
It's
it on
3-0.
paper, and it's 3-0 in the first. You've got, when you look at Newt, Shores, Myers, that was the conversation.
That everybody loves.
Coming in from the Ole Miss game, these guys gave up 2 runs. You wanted those guys to play on Friday night. They don't. They go Sunday. You're feeling so good going into that game
because you got the
Little
run
Rock's had
support
to play all
right
these
out the
games.
gate.
You got the run support early.
You
had your guys
beat
lined
them.
up to pitch. You were feeling ultra confident, and you didn't get the job done. That's where it's ugh.
Well, you don't want to
Because
get
it felt like it all lined up to make it happen, and you're giving a hot baseball team
more life.
You're pouring gasoline on a fire.
Yeah.
They are hot. There's this Cano fella is a monster.
That's and I
You
don't
can't let the little
I
freaks
put out a
believe in themselves.
I
Yeah,
put out a
exactly.
poll in the chat.
just can't.
put
if
the
you
little
intentionally
giants to
walk it-
bed.
Stop letting them.
Just let the little freaks.
Go home. It's Cinderella. It's midnight. Time to go.
Just get it over with.
No more
'cause
time for freaks.
The stats for Newt Shores Myers. Newt Shores Myers
Ow.
last night: 3 2/3, 4 hits, 10 earned runs, 9 walks, 6
It's the
strikeouts.
walks. You can't give. And Mikey said it, and we said it before.
It's baseball. You
Before
can't give
the
up free
series
bases.
started. How do you lose to teams like that? And that's why the basis of my argument of why you threw Anderson or Ianson is that's why. If you're playing a team like Arkansas Little Rock, if you're playing anybody that you deem to be, they're not the 1 seed. You are.
Right.
Anybody can walk. I can walk. You can walk. He can walk.
Big time, actually. I have a great eye.
So don't do the one thing that anybody can do.
Yeah.
And then now you're on base, and you only have to walk 90 feet. And then that 90 feet becomes 180 feet.
I think these guys are they're gonna know what it takes
But-
tonight.
Yeah, but this is what you were if you're scared, this is why, because now it becomes to 1 game sample size where you go, anything can happen in baseball. You saw it yesterday.
Sometimes you just need a little terror, though.
Yeah, but then it goes, you believe in Cowan?
Yeah. No,
You believe in Evans?
I have written in my notes right here: Cowan, Evans, confidence with 5 exclamation points.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
It'd
where
be Case and Evans first, then Cowan.
that's the way it would go.
That's one
It's
of
going to
the
be Case and
smart
Evans.
things they didn't do against DBU, and that they didn't do last night is they kept those guys
Right. Well, that's
fully fresh.
Not just that. I mean, just the way it's been played from the jump. Like the fact that you pitched on schedule with Ianson and Anderson game 1 and 2. I talked about it last week. Was that keeps all your options open.
Yep.
If you pitch off and you pitch backwards in game 1, you possibly have to throw Cowan or Evans or
Again.
both.
Everything becomes
In game
all,
It throws
fluffle.
everything off. But the fact that
As
you
a
handled it
pro.
the way you did put you in the position to be successful last night and tonight. Like, I think you throw last night the way you did every time. You go Newton Shores. I mean, that was the conversation. You do that. Now, the reason that Evans and Cowan didn't pitch last night is because you were losing in the game.
And you knew.
And you
don't
knew,
burn
like,
the
you need
back of
those
your
guys for
brain,
tomorrow.
I'm saving these tires.
Right. So, like, I think the way the pitching has been handled it's the way I would do. If I was the head coach, I would do it the same way.
Yep.
And
And I'm not just trying to be this overly Jay Johnson supporter, but he's handled it right.
No,
I mean, you throw Ianson, you throw Anderson game 1 and 2. I don't care the order. The way he did it was fitting because DBU struggled against lefties.
coaching
throw them-
wise,
I mean, the first
You
first
put
2
your-
games you've managed to perfection.
expertly.
Yeah. Last night, I still think it was managed well.
No, because look
we
at who
got-
you still have.
We just got
Yes.
you got baseball last night. Just
Yeah.
a little bit of baseball
Right.
that happened.
And
That's that.
What was your thought on the first Goon Squad appearance last night when John Pearson came in to pinch hit for Jake Brown early in the game? Earlier than a lot of times that that sub is
and that's,
made.
that's what I was going to say.
I wanted to get your thoughts on
I'm
that.
going to look at the stats. He came in what inning? Do you know? I'm
I don't
asking.
remember.
Was it the 5th?
It was. Let's see if I might see if I can pull it up here. But I
the
mean,
sixth.
the reason he came
Wasn't the
in
first.
was because
He's looking. This is what Jay has done
it
throughout
was a
the
lefty
year.
against Jake Brown.
Not only that, yeah, and that's because we said, well, let's see what Jake Brown does against lefty. Here
Right.
comes Pearson, who we trust a ton. Like, he's like, I have to find him more at bats, and he's been able to play. Probably would play a lot more on any other team. But he's somebody that But also, I would say it was earlier than you thought.
It was.
You're trying to find something. You're looking for a spark.
It was the 4th inning.
Yep.
The top of the 4th. Like, that was early. It was
early.
the one that, like, when it happened,
Oh,
we were so distracted with Christian that we didn't get our full
wonder how he
reaction
feels
to
today.
it. Yeah, I don't know. We need to check in. But, like, if we were laser focused on the game, we would have been like, wait.
well, that's what we kind of did.
We did.
regardless.
Just
It
not to
got
the
our
full extent.
attention. Yeah.
Right. Because, like, that was early in the baseball game to do it. And what Little Rock did was that's when they brought in the guy that ended up finishing out the game for him. Their guy with this crazy ERA he had of like 10 point whatever, and closes out the game.
Malcolm Brown.
Malcolm Brown. Like that, they sub him in to go righty against John Pearson instead of the
He
lefty
goes
on
5
righty
and a
matchup.
third, gives up 1 run, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts on 90 pitches. He didn't do anything. You got just like
Right.
he didn't have elite stuff.
No, but he's
Like, that's hitting the ball right at people.
right. And
Didn't crank him.
but that
Didn't
I just
crank
wanted I wanted to get your thoughts on the Pearson move because I was surprised. Like it was surprising to see it that early in the game. Like that's the top of the 4th inning.
Well,
a lot of times that move is made like what 6th, 7th. You know,
But it's also 6-3.
yeah. No, you needed life.
And not only that, but you start, okay, you're down 6-3, right? You're looking at who's pitching for you. Like, we haven't really found anybody. If we're able to, from LSU's perspective, if you're the coach and you're like, all right, let's cut this thing 6-5, 6-6. Now, Kaysen, get going.
Yeah, I mean because
Cowan, get going. That's what he was trying to do. He's trying
Yeah.
to do it early.
Well, look at the top of the 4th. It was Stanfield struck out swinging. Curiel singles to right field. Then they bring in the lefty. Jones flies out. Dickinson gets walked with a great at-bat.
It was.
So Dickinson on first, Curiel on second. They then bring in John Pearson to bat for Jake Brown. Little Rock makes the pitching change. Pearson reaches on the fielding error by the first baseman, the one that he popped up out his glove. Shout out to John Pearson for turning unhitching the trailer and turning the burners on down the first
Unhitching the
baseline
trailer.
to be safe. So then the bases are juiced. Top of the 4th. Fry steps up, pops up to the shortstop on a count that he fought in. It was a 3-2 full count, and he pops up at the shortstop. But you had the bases juiced
And
there, in the fourth inning.
And that's where it was 6-3. It
Yeah,
much
6-3.
been 7-6. And now you see Cowan get up. You see Case and Evans start shaking around. You're like, let's close this thing out. And because it didn't happen, you're like, he forced it early because you have two guys that can go 1, 2, 3, 4. They can all carry you home like by themselves or together.
Yeah.
And once that didn't happen, I think that's when he made the decision to go Myers. Like, we're going to go whole staff.
Yeah.
Like, keep us in it, and Cooper Williams did.
I mean, yeah. Cooper Williams, 3 2/3, 3 hits,
Best
no
outing of the
runs,
year.
1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Like, I put it out on Twitter last night. That was the silver lining of the game. Like,
Yeah, found something.
as many, negatives as there were to take away from that game,
Not that many.
there were some. There was a positive from Cooper Williams going out there and
Played
doing
well
what he
enough
did.
to win.
He
Right,
well,
that's
and he
something
put
that-
you in the position. He put you in a position to do it because everyone else. You look at the stats pitching wise. Newt, an inning and a third, 3 hits, 2 runs.
And you were up 3-0. Like, you would hope you could
Right.
get Newt to go what he's been doing the last 3 starts.
And then Shores comes in, and you're like, okay.
Okay,
And
100.
he goes an inning, gives up 4 runs, all
Walks
earned,
3.
walks 3, Newt walked 2.
You can't walk 11 people.
Right.
Like-
Outside of him,
recommend it ever.
Williams had 1 walk.
Never.
He had 4 strikeouts. The rest of the crew had 6 combined. He had 1 of the 11 walks. Gave up no runs. Massive performance from Coop. And that's the silver line. That's the positive to take away from last night. Is what you saw
If
from
you
Cooper
walk
Williams.
11, that's 1 run, 2 runs, 3 runs already. And if you just put that towards, like, look at it as 11 singles.
Right.
Then you got out hit 19-11.
Yeah, you gave 11
You gave
free
pass.
bases.
Yeah, you gave up 11 singles.
Myers with 4 in that 1 inning. Because the first inning he went out there, his first inning of work was pretty solid.
Yeah, that's you start looking and
He
you go,
goes
this
back
is,
out
this
there.
is when it happens.
Right. He goes back out there. He walks 4. Rizzi with 1 walk. Cooper Williams with 1 walk. And then Newton Shores combined for 5. So you would have liked to see, but, you pitched that game the same way every time. Newt Shores Myers was the thought process going into the game. Shout out to Cooper Williams for stepping up and keeping you in the game to have a chance to try and win it. Just didn't make it happen. Bats need to wake up. And they weren't completely dead last night. It just wasn't as timely as you would have liked. To have 10 runners stranded compared to their 9, I get it, but all of those 10 runners stranded were in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Like, you had a chance.
Yeah, and that's because
that game
I
away.
was watching. This is it's not the 2nd, it's not the 3rd. It's like either the 4th or 5th inning where LSU kind of gets to see.
Well,
Like
and
they settle in, and you see a crooked number go up.
the 4th inning is the bases
It's
loaded,
loaded.
Fry pop out. In the 5th inning, you get Hernandez scores on the wild pitch. You have Larson on second. Let me see what else happened in the 5th. Yeah, the 5th inning, you have Milam grounds out. Hernandez doubles down the line. You pinch hit Larson for Braswell. Larson singles to center. So then you have runners on the corners. Wild pitch. Larson advances to second. Hernandez scores. It's now 6-4. Mm-hmm. Stanfield grounds out. Curiel gets intentionally walked. And then Jared Jones strikes out swinging on 3 pitches.
And that's where you look at, like, that's what I'm saying. It's not that, like, baseball is a simple game, but it ain't easy.
Yeah. No, you're right. So.
4 left on.
Yeah, no,
Fry, 3 left on. Braswell, 3 left on. But it was also, like, I think Braswell has done more enough defensively to where that's why he's out there, and he's had some great at-bats to where, like, okay. But he's batting 208, and then you have Cano, who's batting 215. Like,
Right.
those are the guys that you look
240.
and you go, wow, Braswell 4 for 4 with 2 doubles? Like, oh, shit. That's how you win.
Yeah.
So that's what all your chips are on the table. You're more talented, yes. You're at home, yes.
You got Evans and Callens. You got
and
Evans and Callens.
Little Rock's going to throw the guy that won them the tournament, but he's also before. I don't think he's pitched yet because he was at 180 pitches in 3 games. So he'll go out there today, like that's their guy, and he's going to say, "Give me the rock."
Yeah.
And we'll see how much he has left in the tank.
I'm sure he's a very good pitcher, but
mean, you've got Evans and Callan.
The people that we've faced in
Right.
the SEC week in and week out, he's nothing that.
But that's the part of it. It's like it's below the hitting speed. It's different than like when you're used to seeing
Right.
98 and now
I'm
you
just
see
trying to be
88.
positive.
Oh, for sure.
No, yeah, I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And like if you want to be negative, I'm sure people are.
Of
Cowan's last outing, not the best. Casey Evans hasn't been that strong lately.
Right.
So there's like, and that's where you want to see Casey Evans. He's given up what against his best start was against Tennessee.
Yeah, and then the two
Gave up
starts
2.
after that.
Gave
yeah.
up 2 in the first.
And then the 2 starts after that, his pitch count got high early. Like it, I think.
But he's never had Cowan in the back end.
Right. So
That's
it's
why
going
you
to be.
set it up this way. So like when I say it's been managed expertly, you've put your team in the position to win. There's not a move that hasn't been made or should have been made or hasn't been made that you look back and go, could have done this. That ain't it.
Right.
You put yourself like at some point they have to play. You coach.
Yeah, you got to you go make it happen. I mean, you've got your 2 guys going on the bump tonight, and like Mikey said, it comes down to the bats. You've got to
score.
You've got to
Yeah.
score.
That's,
Have to score runs.
There's a world in which you watch this game tonight and it's LSU gets up 3-0, 5-0, 8-0, and you go, what was I worried
Yeah,
about?
what was the conversation even about?
Exactly. Or LSU goes down 2-0. It's the 5th and it's 3-0 and
all
nobody's
hell
gotten a
breaks
hit, and then
loose.
everybody panics. Then LSU starts with the bats ready.
And we'll be
And
ready
I
for
leave the watch party and go straight to Alec Box.
and change the.
I have to. If that's the case, I will go. I'll
for it.
sacrifice
I understand.
myself.
I understand.
I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna hit the longest drive anyone's ever fucking seen.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna yeah. I mean,
We're gonna get we
wait,
we
happy
will
balls.
be-
There'd be happy balls or sad balls.
I'm gonna put one 390.
Yeah,
But-
well, Christian said he hit his pitching wedge 180
Yeah,
yards.
whatever.
He did say that.
Yeah, he's a lunatic.
That was
He
the thing he said.
And there's not one thing that came out of his mouth yesterday that was true.
He did
Other
do
than
50 push-ups.
He
was
though.
did. That was incredible.
That was impressive.
Yeah, that
And-
was crazy.
But that's like a.
But that was
that was an
pure-
out-of-body experience.
That's if your kid's trapped underneath a car.
Yeah, it's. I mean, that's.
like yeah.
It's
a
mom
Herculean-
strength.
Yeah, it's a Herculean moment.
Yes.
It's like the bad power of love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what that was, truly. But yeah, we will be
Had
live.
power
Huey
of
Lewis
love
in the
news.
Be live from Golf Suites tonight for some LSU baseball. The phone line will be open like it was last night.
Paul, call back in.
It was open it'll be open all game. Like
Yeah.
just call in and talk.
We'll put it on the screen.
Obviously we'll have post game after the game, nice discussion there. The phone line will be open, but you know what else will be open is Golf Suites. You can just show up. You can go hit
And we'll
some
give you a
balls.
microphone.
Get some
Yeah,
golf
the
balls.
mic is right there. I mean,
You can.
you might have to pry it out of Justin's hands, but the mic will be there. And
That's true.
golf balls will be there to be hit. Go
slap
get a bay.
some sense in a Christian.
Go get a bay. Swing your clubs. Go to the bar. Free shots for home runs. Buy one get one free.
And there's gonna
Draft
be a lot
beer.
of home runs tonight.
And you can have.
We'll see what other specials they got.
feel so confident, guys.
Yeah, you'll hear.
He was going down to that
He
mic.
was.
You could put the
All right.
microphone in the Marianas Trench, and he'd find
He'd
it.
find it. Amen. And the food is excellent. The service is excellent. So show up to Golf Suites if you want. We'll obviously be live. You can tune in and watch
Come
on
watch
YouTube.
with us.
But come watch with us. We would love some fan engagement.
It's
some
gonna be
people there.
better than sitting around at your house.
Yes.
It
Alone.
is.
Yeah,
not
you
gonna
come
have a
hang
good
out with the
You can
fellas.
only crank
You're
hog
not
so
gonna have a
many
good time
times.
just sitting around at your
Yeah,
house.
don't be depressed alone.
Don't be depressed alone. Come be
Be
depressed
depressed with us.
Or be
Christian
we'll-
especially.
Or be happy and excited with
That's
us.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We'll swing you. If you feel like you're going to off yourself, come. Well, I'll talk you off the ledge.
Go there
Yeah.
and then you can
LSU baseball at Golf
watch me hit
Suites.
the biggest drive you've ever seen in your life. 390.
Now watch
Everyone
this drive.
everyone
It'll
had
change your
their clubs
perspective.
last night. Mm-hmm. Lloyd showed up with his clubs. Christian went out and used his clubs.
That was
Justin had his clubs.
That's what
My
I wanna
clubs
see.
are always in the trunk.
always.
We'll see what we can do. We're gonna, do a little thinking, come up with some new ideas on how we can make it better. Last night was fun. It was excellent. Shout out to Jacob and Golf Suites
Yeah.
for letting us get in there,
Good
making
guys.
it happen.
I mean, the obvious answer though is to have Christian go just run down field as we.
Yes,
Yeah, absolutely.
We need
Like
some
golf balls at
on
him.
the ground reporting. And I
Oh
think
no,
Christian
I don't
No,
know if
no,
you know
he's
what
just-
he's saying.
yeah,
like we're
we're
gonna
hitting
hit golf
golf
balls
balls.
at
Oh,
him.
Christian.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So let's
and
put
he's
him on
just
the
running
range.
for his life.
We'll put
Sold.
one bucket on his head,
Yep.
and that's that.
And if he gets out, then we'll get his.
Well, I
girlfriend
really
back
want
for
to go
him
see if
somehow.
if he's going to hit that pitching wedge 189.
Well, I want to see.
189
I want to
is
see him be out there
Yeah, 'cause
with the
he's
shot
awesome.
collar on, and just every now and
John
again,
that
Daly.
would be excellent.
and to see.
shot caller in the backswing.
Yes. Never knows.
We're gonna bury Christian alive tonight.
Yeah.
And I think he'd be fine.
I didn't
with
want to
it.
spoil it.
Oh,
but
he's
that's
in,
happening.
He would
he
be
is
fine with
in
it.
such
So-
a dark spot that
He's in a
he
bad
doesn't
place.
mind.
He would love the attention. He would love the darkness.
Right. You can't hurt him anymore.
No.
He's Bane.
Just-
Feel pain.
Yeah, just the only thing that he can think about is got him buried alive. That's a reprieve.
This is
for
where I
him.
deserve to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he would love that.
So come on by and see it.
yeah, come
Yeah.
on and hang out at golf.
Come throw
Swings.
some dirt on
There's
him.
literally
Watch
only
LSU
there's
baseball,
only
hit
15
golf balls,
reasons to
have
come.
drinks, eat food.
If
It
you
doesn't
get,
get any
you
better
know,
than that.
for every walk, you get to hit Christian in the stomach.
Sure.
And I guarantee he'd be game. He'd be in on that.
He don't care.
No, I mean,
He would be sold.
he is broken.
He is.
And guess what else is gonna happen
Okay.
tonight? A lot of home runs.
Oh,
A lot of home runs.
So hopefully it'll be an exciting night at the golf suites tonight.
Inside the
for
Parker?
LSU.
What time is
Inside
it?
the
So
park.
early.
It is very early.
We're
It is
12
9
hours away from
9:02
being 1
a.m.
hour into the game.
That's very true.
Birdie.
Home
But
run.
yeah, LSU takes care of business tonight. We'll be
Boom.
live at Golf Suites next weekend. LSU Super Regional. We'll be live at Golf Suites again.
Yes.
So appreciate Golf
Do it
Suites,
for
everybody
Golf
over there.
Suites.
But
Do
if
it
you
for Golf
come
Suites.
tonight, you'll feel more comfortable next week. You know,
Matthew Conkle, what
It's
happened
just like
to Christian?
anything.
His
first time you
girl
go to a
broke
new
his-
place is always a little stressful.
Yeah, it was a little stressful last night, but
Right.
now that we've
Just
got
needed a screen.
we've made it happen. We know what we're doing. Good
You'll
to go.
feel the same when you
Matthew
pop by
Conkle
Golf Suites.
asked, what happened to Christian? His girl broke his heart? Yes.
Yes.
Well,
He is the
he's
one, that sent the text that we're done. But it was one of
But
those,
only,
like
yeah,
Jonathan said.
Only, you
I'm,
can't
I'm
fire me because I
quitting.
quit.
Yeah, you can't fire me because I quit. That's what it was.
No severance package.
I just don't think that
No.
we're
Compatible.
the right. And he goes, no, I dump you. I'm done.
Yep. Don't you say what I,
I
think
dump you.
you're
I
gonna
dump
say.
you.
You know what? I
I
quit.
dump you. I dump you. I dump you.
I mean, that's essentially what it was. So, LSU baseball tonight. We'll be live from Golf Suites watching that with Christian. Hopefully, he is over it. I guess.
Yeah, we should text him after this just
we
to make
should
sure he's
check
okay.
him.
Yeah,
Hopefully, he
let-
doesn't watch the
Let
show.
the sweet baby sleep.
Yeah, he's definitely still asleep.
He's-
And I don't
he's-
think he will be awake until
He's
game
going to
time
be
tonight.
out of liquid.
Yeah, let's just tell him we didn't record anything today.
But I mean, like you see, like you know, as you're here on the Tingle and Co channel, appreciate you guys now that we are officially
What a good
underway.
channel! What a good channel!
What a great
It's
name.
a great channel.
Tingle
Great
and Co
name,
channel.
Great logo. And we appreciate you guys as it's officially underway. The new era of Tingle and Co is officially underway now that June has begun. And we've got a lot of exciting stuff coming up.
And we already are doing
Working on it.
exciting things.
We're already doing
You
exciting
see the
things.
difference
and we got some weird
immediately.
stuff coming up too.
Checking in on the poll.
Don't
do
we?
you
24-hour
intentionally-
stream.
Bud.
That does need to happen soon. That would be great.
Oh, that's what I was talking about. Yeah,
a-
but also that
That would be great.
we do
24-hour
though
stream.
have some strange things.
Yes.
I asked on the
Dark
poll,
things.
do you
Yeah.
intentionally walk
Different
Cano tonight if
different.
you're LSU?
After-
49% yes, 51% no.
Why the fuck not? You know,
Split right down the middle.
I would say first
let's
at
see
bat,
what's happening,
If
you
he
know,
gets
but-
into a situation in which there's runners on early,
yeah.
let's see what happens. And after that, if he delivers, like we're done with this.
I'd never.
It's getting to the point of that Arkansas softball player where, like, she just never saw, like, she didn't swing the bat one game. I remember what it was, SEC tournament. She's up at bat,
These Barry
like her
Bonds.
first 3 ABs, intentionally walk, intentionally walk, intentionally walk. Then it's like the bottom of the 7th, bases are loaded, can't intentionally walk her because it's a tie game. She finally sees a strike,
Homer.
gone.
Cranked it.
So
Ham sandwich.
And that's Bear Jones, not
I mean, not right
Yasiel
now.
Puig.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
This guy, I mean, yeah, it's unbelievable.
Like yeah. Ugh. I'll remember his name. Hopefully I don't. Hopefully that
That's
all
the
gets
thing.
erased.
Hopefully,
Yeah, it would be awesome to forget about it. Hunter Hall, what happened to Athletic Connections? We're not there yet. We're gonna do it.
Yeah.
We're
Oh, have
gonna
you already
connect
done
athletically.
Hunter Hall?
Yeah, did you already do it?
We I think we have a better team with
I mean, with
Jonathan
him
in the
instead of
mix.
Christian?
Well, Audrey was panicking.
Oh,
And
we
then
did
he
great
saved
last
it.
week.
He won it.
Oh, y'all did it on Friday.
Yeah. And he was a boom, bang, boom, bang.
pulled a French Canadian goalie out my ass.
Oh, this is for the weekend.
First time?
No. Just the most
I got another one in me.
It's the only time. It's the only time it ever counted.
Wee.
No, I'm glad y'all kept the connection going.
Les
I didn't-
incompetents.
I was nervous with like the streak
Mon
would
Dieu.
end.
Yeah,
But
I tuned
first
in. I
goalie
checked in
comes
on
out
Friday.
the ass, and then you're back.
Yeah, I checked in on Friday. Y'all are doing good.
Thank you.
Y'all are doing well. Andre,
But it's good to have the big boy back.
Andre will be back around. He had
You're
a
the big boy.
rough stroke of luck yesterday. Got in a little car
He
accident.
got hit by
I
a car.
believe. And he is
Yeah,
okay.
But he was in his car.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's okay. He's okay. But he's just got things he's going to have to deal with and handle this
Insurance.
week. So yeah, that is a stressful
Would you rather
situation.
be Andre or Christian?
Andre?
Me too.
Yeah.
Christian, I mean.
I mean, think about what I went through.
yeah, we don't talk about it enough.
We don't talk about it often, and it's okay. I don't want to talk about it. But, like, I do that
It's not
again.
funny like what happened to Christian.
I was fine.
Yeah, got out. I guess I'll go to work. See the car.
What happened to you was real. What
Yeah, I
happened
mean,
to
who can
Christian
drop me off?
is a child's experience.
Yeah, he's so infantile.
As a young boy.
Yeah, I mean, Christian, like, I don't know how many times he's actually
He said 3.
dealt with this. He said 3.
This is his second heartbreak, though.
But
Which
that's
is
keep in mind,
unbelievable. That's
it's a
heartbreak because it's been
19-year-old
what,
heartbreak.
2 months.
That's what I was like. Shut the fuck up. Like, if you had been dating for like, it left you at the altar.
Well, this is the thing. Like, this could be like the thing is, it's been played out so publicly that everyone knows it's only been 2
2
months.
months.
And he was
And
distraught
that's
last
entirely
night.
his fault. He did that all to himself.
And it's so funny that we continue, like we've talked about LSU baseball
And Christian.
Christian
They're all the
Christian's
same,
dating
like-
life.
They're riding the same highs
They
and
are.
lows.
They are. I mean,
I feel like I
that
have
poor
more
man.
insider information about the Christian situation than I do the baseball.
He
So
really
maybe
opened up
I'm-
to you a
he
lot
did.
last night.
So maybe I'm the Christian insider.
Oh,
You know, I'm the Woj of Christian.
Chris Baum.
Fair enough.
Chris Baum.
A
Poor
cow-
Christian. He'll be okay.
Again,
He's
he doesn't
gonna
watch
shake
this,
back.
right?
He's
No,
gonna
he
shake
doesn't-
back.
no.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't.
watch
I mean,
this.
he barely works here.
Matthew
Like, does they
Conkle,
show up and
didn't
take
they
over-
just go play putt for their first date like 10 days ago?
And he
LOL?
lost.
Yeah.
2 months
See,
and
if
he's
he'll-
wrecked.
Yeah. I mean, this is.
He's crashing out bad.
He was struggling last night.
Yeah.
He took over the stream.
He did. He did.
We don't,
Yeah,
he
he just
doesn't get
started
that platform again.
grabbing microphones and sitting in
And
places.
saying
and
like odd things.
asking
But
wait staff.
the other thing is, I'm glad that he was
For
with
favors.
us last night
That's
because
what-
I can't imagine.
He kept saying that because I'm just
Right.
glad I'm here.
Because it would have been bad if
the
it was
darkness of alone.
Not. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. he'd have been-
And so
it'd
if
be
you know, that's it. If you want to come by, if you're
Right.
that same
Which
spot,
goes the same
we
for
can
you
help.
guys
rough.
out
If
there
you want to
listening.
call Christian and check on him, he put his number in the chat last night.
But if you
Go back and watch the live chat replay from the watch party. At
but
the
if you
end.
really care about him, come in person and
And,
check him
Yeah,
out.
come check on him.
come check him out.
And if
Give
you're
him
single
give
and a
him a little
lady,
if you're single and a lady, come see Christian at
we can
Golf
fix
Suites
this in a
tonight.
day.
It could be problem solved, just like that. Grady Jones, where's the post game tonight? We will be live from Golf Suites tonight as LSU faces Little Rock.
If you miss the exit,
Winner take all.
you can just turn around the street.
No, you cannot. I thought we weren't allowed to
Three-point
tell
turn.
this story.
Oh, it's fine.
A 3-point turn. Okay. All right, fuck this. Here's what happened. We're running maybe 90 seconds late. No more than that. We're coming from, I don't know directions. But we're
So
in the
you know
highway.
where the exit
and
for
there's-
that where
it's
the
hard.
Mexican
It's
buffet
it's a
is.
tricky little exit
Omegas, yes.
to get to the golf suites. And Lloyd realizes that he's missed it, and he says,
For the
"Oh
fourth-
God,
For the fourth time yesterday.
we can't miss it.
For the fourth
Might
time.
we be late?" So what he does,
Fuck it.
he does a 3-point turn across 4 lanes of traffic. There's the like when the highway's up there and you can just see the cars peeking over the top, so you don't quite know how many are behind them.
I got a good gauge
Which
for
is
speed.
one's kind of coming over the top and he starts to come down, and then you stall when we're sideways.
Well, you didn't help. There's no vote of confidence. Like hell
no,
yeah.
because I said,
that's
"What the fuck are you doing?"
It's like, Give
Well,
me a
and the
second.
crazy thing is, maybe
There's no reason for it to happen.
5 hours earlier, I saw Vin Diesel take over Lloyd's body behind the wheel of that vehicle, and he started whipping around like a madman. Lloyd can't
He
find
did
golf
you
suites
early-
to save his life. It's unbelievable.
That was the frustration.
cannot
I said it's
remember-
not happening again.
Yeah, he was like,
It
"Not
happened
again." I was like,
5
"What?"
times the last 2 days.
3
Lloyd has
extra
missed.
minutes? You
No,
can't.
it was the principle of the fucking matter.
The principle of
Not
the fucking
doing
matter
this
was
again.
so deeply
And
dangerous.
You know what? It could happen again. And I'll
It's
do
going
the
to
same
happen
thing.
again. It's
going to
That's
happen
just
again.
gonna make a new lane.
Like, just please download Waze.
I mean, and
I
this was
have
not,
it!
This was not. This was not like a 3-point turn. This was the fucking highway. He just goes nope, and then he stalls, and then I scream, and then he slowly backs up,
And then guess what? Yeah, I know.
and then we make the turn.
But hey, Made it happen. Did you find it okay when you were alone driving to and fro last night?
He's
Going
never
to get
okay when he's alone.
Equipment and monitors and stuff, and it was just you in the vehicle. Did you have any of these situations?
Jonathan offered to ride with me. I was like, I don't think you want to be in this car.
No, definitely
It's going to
not.
be a scene that you're clearly uncomfortable with.
I know. I made a good call yesterday.
I'm
when
hoping
you were
with
like,
that,
"Do you want to ride with me?"
because that was the most insane thing I've ever seen a person do in a car.
I'm glad I
You
made that
should have
decision.
seen. You should have seen on the way to go back and get a switcher.
Also, and I hate to bring this up because it's a family show, but he was rock hard
Yeah, I do
the
love
whole
it.
time.
A little like there's nothing like
It
I
was-
might as well- I wish the seatbelt was a little tighter.
It was a horrible experience.
I loved it.
Of course you did.
I didn't.
I could imagine. Sabrion Lloyd is a madman. That is very true.
Yes,
That is a true statement.
I'll
That is-
do whatever it takes to get.
Now
it
I'm
done.
having flashbacks. I don't want
Amen.
to be around anymore. All right, let's
And-
end the show,
and
huh,
look,
You
guys?
have a Nerf gun in your hand.
Yeah, it's-
No, I think that's a. Oh, is it a Nerf gun?
It is.
We do have a salt
Watch,
gun
fire
in
it.
here
Show
too.
him.
Oh, it's
Okay,
now
you
he's
got
stalling.
jammed.
Oh yeah. Oh God. I don't.
God, it's like I'm in the jungles of Vietnam. all
Yeah,
over again.
I don't think Charlie's gonna wait.
Lord
Anyway.
have mercy.
Hold on, my
Lloyd
gun's
have
jammed.
mercy.
Lloyd have mercy.
That's right. Put on a T-shirt. Live, laugh, Lloyd.
Wait, what? Who said something? I missed it. Sabrion says, "Do what, bro? Yo, timeout." What did we say?
Oh.
What did we say?
Sorry,
I
I'm
think they're probably a little late about the Canadian goalie and coming out of his.
Oh, maybe.
butthole.
Maybe that is. That was something else. But let's do the athletic connection. Let's see if we can. This is the dream team right here.
I almost put your eye out, dude.
Oh, that is
That was a
what they-
hell of a shot.
What?
It was because when he said you were rock hard.
Oh yeah.
That's what
See,
they
I'm so
reacted to.
used to.
He just
Yeah,
was.
I didn't even flinch.
Nuh-uh.
He just was.
You're getting
Jonathan.
conditioned quickly.
It's Jonathan.
I'm just not used to it yet.
Let's connect athletically instead of the way we're currently connected.
Made a noise like
We're
boing,
about to-
boing. It was bizarre.
We're about to get. I mean, Goodwood, if you're listening.
Like, how did it happen so fast?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean,
hated it. Anyway.
I'm sure Christian's girlfriend
Let's do a sports
wouldn't have
catch.
left him.
Sports catch.
And then I got the John Brinkus news. And
God, that John Brinkus.
Oh, yeah.
do you think he's gonna be in Athletic Connections?
You got real soft after that.
Maybe.
We should do a.
It's a big advantage for us if it is.
Yes.
I mean,
Sports science.
The sports sciences were excellent.
We should do a montage for.
I mean, they did one on the 2011 LSU defense.
Can you put it on
Oh,
Do you remember that sports science? I mean,
No.
it wasn't like a test. It was just one where he's breaking down.
I remember when he got
like
full
closing
pads
speed.
against Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah, Jared
And he-
Bayless. How fast him versus a drummer. He was doing the little,
The Drew
dribble.
Brees. He's more accurate than an archer,
Julio Jones catching a water balloon out of the air,
and he did it.
and he did it.
These
Soft
are all
hands.
things that we wanted to see that he delivered.
It was
He
awesome.
beat
It
an
really
Olympic
was.
archer. Yeah, they did it
It was
together.
awesome.
Just the way you said it was weird.
And well, that's John Brinkus' brain. I can't, I wouldn't think to do it, but he did.
Yeah, it was.
And so the world lost a good one.
he did. They did. I mean, it's sad news. It was heartbreaking last
Well,
night. That's for sure.
If John were here, that's where he'd sit.
Let's burn up that thing. Come on.
Oh, I thought it's gonna be on that screen too.
Oh.
But you can come over here.
You smell good.
Thank you. Let's play a little athletic connections with the Phoenixans.
With the Phoenixans. Oh, the Phoenixans.
If you want the Phoenixans, Golf Suites, just ask for the Phoenixans.
They do actually have all the
They
feeds.
do.
You were going that crazy on the Phoenixans. How they kept a straight face throughout the recording of that show, I will never understand.
Broad, little air.
Let's see.
Oh, this is gonna break Christian's heart already.
It is. So we've got hit by pitch.
All right, so we got Dorsett, Sanders,
Yep.
Sayers.
This is what always happens though. Then we went out.
And-
We don't have another.
Long.
No, because it's running. Is it Bears or no? It's running backs. So
Kenny Dorsett, Gil Sayers, Barry Sanders. Not all Oklahoma State, obviously. This is when you do one of these, and we look at it differently.
come back to it. Yeah.
Yep.
Hit by pitch,
Uh-huh.
walk,
Air.
Air.
and then single. Right, always to get
Well,
on
then
base.
there's single and there's triple.
Yeah.
I think
hold
this
on.
always.
Hold on about
should
single.
get-
Hold
Oh,
on,
triple
single.
jump, broad jump, long jump,
Yeah.
high jump. Yeah.
do that
Oh.
one.
Okay. High jump, triple jump,
Little
broad
jump?
jump, long jump.
That's real nice.
I wish they did a little jump.
Broad and long.
Broad and long.
They should do a.
It's too many jokes. I'm not gonna do it.
Uh huh.
Yep. There's a lot of them. A lot of jokes.
But Would you rather watch the long jump or the little jump?
There's
Long
a little
jump.
jump.
That's what I'm saying. If they made
He's
that,
creating it.
like if you just did the who can jump the
Who can
shortest.
jump the shortest distance?
Anyone
Well,
can
no,
jump the
it's
shortest
anybody's
distance.
game.
There we go.
So just something to put your,
So then it would be
Walk,
walk,
pitch,
hit by pitch, air, and single.
always get the first.
Walk. Ugh.
11
11
times. 9 times.
Guard, cover,
9 times.
shield, blanket.
Yes. Yes. There
Aw.
you go.
So
Blanket.
that's all good defense.
Come on with me, blanket.
And then
There we
I
go.
don't know
Sanders Sayers
who
said
Little is,
Little.
but
Trying to think of Little.
he's a footballman. Boom. Look at that. Flawless.
Hall of Fame.
There we go.
We'll probably get flamed in the chat for not knowing. You don't know Little?
Whatever.
Got it right.
I didn't have to pull a French Canadian goalie out my ass.
Not
so.
this time.
Not
But
this
tune
time.
into Golf
Not
Suites.
today. But tonight I will at Golf Suites. Just as a party trick.
Lord have mercy.
Hey, we want to grow the show, don't we?
Yeah. No, I mean, that's true.
Yeah, +1.
That's true.
And since Jared Jones is playing tonight, and he's also due, so that's
Due.
+2.
He is
Quite
due.
the sight.
You ever seen a pregnant man hit a ball 400 feet?
You're
Well,
gonna.
tonight. Good first show.
Yeah, no, great first show. Appreciate you guys.
What am I getting paid?
Tingle & Co. officially underway. Shout out to CAS Roofing and Advising, all about inflatables. Golf Suites, live there tonight.
Indigo Papers for housing us.
Indigo Papers for housing us. And then another sponsor right here. You see him on the back of the laptop.
Oh, Range Fit.
Range Fit is back as well.
I have not felt the same since that has not been in my body.
Range Fit is back as well. So
Me,
a lot
talking
of
about French Canadian
exciting things coming up. We appreciate all of you joining us this morning as we almost made it 2 whole hours, even though we started a little late. We will be live tonight, live from Golf Suites, LSU Baseball, watch party, post game, the whole deal. Phone line will be open. Golf Suites will be open. Join us, tune in,
go
whatever
crank
you
'em.
feel like doing. And we would love to see your faces.
Let's crank them.
Let's go crank them.
Time to win a baseball
Say
game
it.
tonight.
Don't win a goddamn
Yeah.
baseball
Great day
game.
to win a baseball game.
It is a
Great day to play
win a
baseball.
Great day to win a baseball game. Fair enough.
Sorry.
No, that was good.
That was it.
Okay, that's a perfect way to go. We're gone.
Yeah, yep. Love you guys.
USA.